Hi, we're Visible, the wireless company that makes things visible. With us, what you see is what you get. So,
Dude, this is why you need to be a little bit more educated, okay? He's a fascist. Him bringing up Nazi Germany as a moral regression is an awesome point. What do you say in that situation? You turn around and go, yeah, that's exactly the kind of moral regression you're advocating for in the United States of America when you want to have these, like, insane regressions on culture.
What?
And on civil society.
The moral regression better.
Hopefully it'll start showing. Every time I seem to play this one game, my camera just wants to not catch the game. I've got no idea. It's frustrating. Uh-huh. She's a smooth kitty. Yeah, Jenny, you're just a smooth love kitty cat. Oh. Alright, hopefully this will make it work. It did, huh? Thank God. Okay, good. I'll fix it for next stream. I'll make it fade. But for now, since it's fixed, let's get to work.
Geht's los?
Rücken wir aus?
Jetzt
los? Geht's los?
Okay, 1 second. Gotta fix this. It's not gonna work. Okay.
Panzer, wir sind einsatzbereit.
Lauten die Befehle.
Sanitäter bereit. Jawohl. Wann geht's los?
Wie lauten die Befehle?
Befehle? Ja? Sanitäter hier. Wo werde ich gebraucht?
And work.
Panzer einsatzbereit. Bereit.
Okay.
Jawohl. Na jetzt. Ich werde gebraucht. Befehle?
Wann geht's los?
Okay. Chorus is down. For chorus.
Panzer meldet sich.
It's
Einsatzbereit.
down.
Good job, Jakaris.
Sanitäter ist einsatzbereit. Bereit. Ja. Rücken wir aus? Rücken wir aus?
Snipers.
Wann geht's endlich los?
I think it's time we start
Jawohl.
moving.
Was sollen wir tun? Panzer erwartet Ihre Befehle. Braucht jemand einen Sanitäter? Jawohl. Jawohl. Panzer einsatzbereit.
For chorus, get down. Down.
Thinking that we're gonna come in with a hard right punch.
Befehl wird ausgeführt. Rücken wir aus.
Instantly killed. Well, that did not go quite as I had hoped it would. Alright, boys.
geht's los. Sanitäter bereit. Sanitäter hier. Befehle? Befehl wird ausgeführt. Gott! Ich hab's erwischt! Ich hab's erwischt! Panzer erwartet. Brauchen einen Sanitäter!
Perfect. That didn't go quite as I had hoped it would.
Braucht jemand einen Sanitäter?
Lost way too much for way too little.
Befehle? Wann geht's los? Geht's los? Sanitäter ist einsatzbereit. Bereit? Befehle? Wir sind kaum noch einsatzfähig! Panzer, wir sind einsatzbereit! Los jetzt! Bewegung! Jawohl! Ihn ins Visier! Exzellent Los, Deckung! Sani! Hier rüber! Weitermachen! Weitermachen! Okay, wir halten! Panzermeldung bereit!
Alright, there we go. Gonna go heal. Whew. See if I can't pull this one out. You know? Not doing too hot.
Drücken wir aus?
But I think
Was sollen wir
push
tun?
up like so.
Panzer erwartet Ihre Befehle!
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Sanitäter hier! Wo werde ich gebraucht?
Now that that's done,
Endlich los! Jawohl! Wie lauten die Befehle? Drücken wir aus?
see if we can't soften him up a little bit.
Sanitäter bereit! Wo kommt der denn her? Feindlicher Panzer! Wo kommt der denn her?
Of course. Of course. Man. Same with you. It is time to slowly start moving. Nice. Action.
Feindliches Geschütz!
That was super unfortunate. Huh. Super.
Daneben! Achtung, feindliches Geschütz! Aufpassen! Feindliches Geschütz! Vorne sind sie! Dort!
Okay.
Los jetzt! Bewegung!
Come on. Toss it.
Achtung! Feindliches Geschütz! Nachladen! Greift an! Wir haben einen Vorteil! Feuerbereit! Lade nach! Auf! Ich schwöre, ich hätte ihn erwischt! Hier nach! Was soll ihr tun? Hat einer Munition für mich? Linke Seite absichern! Da vorne sind sie! Halt an! Wir haben einen Vorteil!
I hate when this game does that. Up. Run. Oh, it took an entire squad of troops.
Bereit!
But, hey.
Dort drüben! Braucht jemand einen Sanitäter? Ja? In Deckung! Schnell jetzt! Jawohl! Ich glaub, mich hat's erwischt! Die lauten Befehle.
I messed up. I see where I goofed. Spot Germans. But I goofed that. Yeah, I probably quicker. I don't want to do Germans versus Germans. No. So much on their end. but it's interesting to see what the AI has picked. Going for those scout cars would not have been a move that I honestly ever think to go for. Then again, he's getting to spawn infinitely. So I guess he's got me there. Ooh. This takes so long. And it's a slow grind. I don't really know how to make I'm crawling through the snow sound fun. But alas, here we are. These guys are all dead. Just waiting for it to catch it. Okay. I do enjoy this. But it's just not my cup of tea for streaming, I guess. Yes, because I goofed. Alright. All I gotta do is win. Though, instead of leaving potential viewers bored, I could probably put something on. This. Alright.
Was advocating for was a two-parent household, just like those evil Germans.
Dude, I would destroy Ben on Israel-Palestine. I'm serious. He is so bad.
When given the chance to destroy someone that's about as intellectually honest as himself, Hassan loses it on international television.
You asked about 30,000 people.
I've got two panelists here who've not had a word yet.
Because you're a
Looking at the comments, I went through some of the comments for this on Hassan's fan base on a Twitter shit. Hassan's fan base, at least from what I could see, I don't know if he's got a way to get more critical comments. His fan base thought he did really well in this debate, which blew my fucking mind. Oh my god.
Theory.
I've got two panelists here who've not had a word yet.
because you're a terrorist.
Please stop talking.
Forcing the debate to end early.
Cut off their food. Cut off their water.
Okay.
Yeah, the slight
You know what? I'm going to cut
Israel
off. I'm
provides
going to cut off this
7 to 9%
debate.
of their electricity. The rest is
What am I
Hamas.
thinking?
I'm going to cut off the
That's
debate
not
because we're
Israel.
getting
Israel
absolutely
provides-
nowhere. But I appreciate everybody joining me. Thank you very much indeed.
He famously did a fluff piece for the Houthi terrorists, giving their pirating operation the stamp of approval from him and his entire audience.
That's so fire. Oh my god. Dude, we think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
Hassan would get
It's so... I can't believe, bro. I have to fucking drink. I am an alcoholic. Every night when I log off stream, I have to start fucking drinking the vodka. I'm sitting there next to my bed with the gun on my countertop, like just, and the music is dramatic, and the angles are fucking from the floor, and it's the moonlight.
It's time to go.
It's like, how the fuck am I living in this clown world right now, where the largest political streamer on the PG platform is cheering on the Houthi? Like, you want to talk about fascist regression? There's like the
Okay.
people that murder people for being fucking gay, who are launching missiles into merchant ships in the fucking middle of the ocean. Like, these are the guys that are being cheered for by this political commentator. Kill me!
so much backlash for this.
In a video game?
Rewrite history only a month later, acting like he never knew this kid was a pirate.
I had a random teenager from Yemen on this broadcast, and these dipshits literally kept saying he's an anti-Semitic, homophobic, gay
Yeah.
people executing terrorists.
Save a point there.
Who killed
Leaving
probably
two
a
left
bunch
over.
of fucking sailors. Random Yemeni teenager.
He literally talks about being a Houthi on his social media.
Random Yemeni teenager. Why would he? And he lies. Again, this is another thing I don't like. At least own your shit. Own your shit. Like, I've said dumb shit and I regret it. I was like, I should have said this, or this wasn't okay, blah, blah, blah. But don't rewrite so fucking hard. What is this? Oh, he's just a random teenager. Really? Why were you interviewing him? That is a random teenager? Random? No relationship with anything whatsoever? Then why are you talking to him?
Swear. The clip.
Sailors. Random Yemeni teenager.
He literally talks about being a Houthi on his social media, saying you should only be afraid if you're a Jew. And when it comes to engaging with different points of view or criticism, Hassan is as dishonest as ever.
Shouldn't you be trying to convince these people of the right thing instead of ostracizing them? Man, suck my fucking dick, dumb.
Jesus
These people
Christ,
are
dude.
f***ing brain broken. You don't know what the f you're talking about.
This is gonna be a classic. That's the thing. There's a lot of dishonest folks on the internet that you have to protect yourself from. Like data brokers who steal your information and sell it to spammers and scammers online. Your full name, home address, health records, family members, it's all out there. That's why I use Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura automatically submits opt-out requests
Get
to
my
these
F's.
sites, which would otherwise be impossible to do. As you can see, I've had over 15 data brokers selling my phone number and address online, leading these annoying robocalls, ringing my phone 5 times a day, and leaving me open to being doxxed. This not only limits the amount of spam I get, but it also protects me from hackers who could use this information to access my social media or bank accounts. Just this year, AT&T had a massive data breach of over 73 million former and current customers, exposing
And
their
we
personal
slay the
information to the dark
Russians.
web. This is
Shit.
why you have to protect yourself online. It also comes with an antivirus, a VPN,
Skip? We don't skip ads from content that we steal, okay? Have some goddamn standards.
Yeah.
Here's a link to the YouTube video.
Though I do skip because I'm a nerd.
more without having to download all these other apps. It's all in one place. You may have one or two of these tools already, but not having Aura is like locking the front door but leaving the back wide open, and it comes at a much cheaper price. Go to aura.com/WillyMac to start your 14-day free trial to see if your information is getting leaked. It almost certainly is. Thank you, Aura, for sponsoring this video.
I've been working a long time now.
Meet Nee, our Chief Marketing Officer at Philo. He's great at creating business growth strategies.
Damn, Gina! Put a bird on it?
But he clearly isn't ready for prime time. Luckily for you, he's not quitting his day job. At Philo, we're just TV fans working to build you a better streaming experience.
Oh, you're the one
and
doing
with
it.
70 plus channels for $25 a month.
Huh?
Philo's a better way to watch.
I know my.
What did you get? Is that? Ah, okay. I thought it was ice cream for some reason. I have no idea. Yeah, I know. I was like, did you just get ice cream? No. You're right. It probably last day. Nope, you're fine. I totally hear you. What? It's okay, I'm not worried about it 'cause I'm streaming right now, but... Let's see if I can get Jesus Christ, that was forever.
For free.
You see, Hassan streaming other people's videos all the time. It's hard work. He's really exhausted by it. He claimed that streaming was more soul-sucking and draining on his social battery than a normal job.
Yes,
I couldn't
a real
imagine
job
honestly
can
saying
make
that,
you
but then
some-
again,
a real job can make you very
I have
but a real job doesn't suck the
a
soul
community
out of you. You know what I
his
mean?
size.
In the same way that 9 hours of streaming
I guess
absolutely will.
I sympathize that every line of work is
to
going
be
about its days where
generous,
it's hard,
you
but
know,
comparing
you can't
streaming
really
in any way to
escape
a real job is so
any
out of
community
touch,
that you have, because they
especially
hit you up
for the guy
on
who leaves to eat
X
mainstream while
or
other people's
YouTube or
videos
wherever you
play.
go, and
Hassan
a
would
normal
often
job, I
feel
guess
like
you can
he
make the
presumes.
argument.
Quote tweet me saying, "It's wild
At least you get to
completely
leave
out of
it
context
once
clip
you
made
leave
its way
work.
to Twitter
Oh
so
my
fast.
God.
I was talking about how streaming eats away at my social battery compared
Well-
to a sales job, but people already understand the context. They just disagree. His own chat disagrees. Comparing it to retail work is just so funny. He's trying to get his chat to ratio me on stream while they're telling him he has a bad take.
Pass. It was a bad take. Let's just move
Sorry,
on.
guys. You're not going to be able to watch this.
Because imagine a soul-crushing job and then you still don't
If
have
you want to
money.
know the easiest thing that I banned for, I'm telling you this, you can go and harass other streamers and not me, okay? Because anytime somebody just types, like, it can be just, like, over nothing, you know? Like, I think that I don't know, I think I was happy with my run in Factorio.
Alright,
I think I
pretty
built my
start.
thing pretty well. If you just type in, like...
Tossing some green planes
Factorio
right
wasn't that
now.
great, you
Nothing
just
too
take it out.
exciting.
That just triggers the fuck out of me. Every time I see that sentence, this is the easiest way to get perm ban for me. If you want, like, a... Hold this L, chief. It just triggers the fuck out of me. So if you want to trigger other streamers, it's probably just literally that.
money to take care of your family. Yeah, I famously say work is not soul crushing. I don't understand. This is why people stop watching. No, man, it's not because of hater content that people stop watching. Your chat is not even on your side. What the real reason why people stop watching is because like this pops, dude. It bangs. It bangs on Twitter. It's like, and
basically
new people that would normally filter in here are immediately fucking negatively polarized against me. That's
I hate how much Vosh does this too. I hate how much these guys make complaints that accurately maps onto everything they fucking do. It drives me insane. Like, wow, a community poisoned against you? Tell me about it, Chief. Meanwhile, this retarded fuck, probably 2 minutes after this, he's like, I just hate that people don't engage honestly with my content. They just get a clip of me and then they've got a bad impression. So anyway, guys, here's this TikTok channel that's dedicated to making like rapid fire Destiny clip compilations of 5-second segments of things that he said. Some of them even like misleadingly edited. We're going to watch this for 5 minutes, guys, okay? Like, Jesus Christ.
That's it.
When people would ask Hassan what he thought of the criticism, he would say that he's too much of an adult to be bothered by it.
What do you see the what we take? I did not. I did
That's
not
pretty
look at
dope.
any of these takes. You want to know why? Because I'm a motherfucking adult who lives.
This was, of all the looks that Hassan has ever had, this was easily the worst fucking look. I don't know what the fuck was the idea, what the culture messaging was here. I got triggered just seeing how horrible, because he normally looks pretty good. This is a horrible fit, outfit, style, whatever the fuck this was. Oh my god.
Too much of an adult to be bothered by it.
What do you see the
Like he looks like, yeah, he looks like he's on chemotherapy. I don't know, somehow it
Let's
like
move up
destroyed.
forward.
Why would you spend so much money?
The objectives are far left,
white
far
guys
right. I'm
underneath
having to
an
split my
asteroid
forces in
just to
half.
fight it.
It's
Worst
an unfortunate
fucking parade ever.
situation,
What
but
is
it
this fucking
is
lip fillered shit going
a
on? Like this is
situation.
just, oh, this is just not socialist Tim Pool. Not good.
what we take? I did not. I didn't like look at any of these takes. You want to know why?
Oh, people are saying it was a troll day for an outfit? How do you guys know that? RTBA, you did the thing. You did the thing. Everybody here that has an explanation for why he looked that way this day, ban him. Round him up. Round him up. You're getting shipped off to Auschwitz. Auschwitz.gg. Get him out of here. Into the trains.
Auschwitz.gg.
Because I'm a
Jesus.
motherfucking adult who lives in the real world. And it doesn't matter.
But as the stream progressed, it became increasingly obvious that it definitely did bother him. Muda would point out that even with the extra context, he still disagrees. And Hassan would say Muda is just posturing.
Honestly, posturing specifically to be like online content creator is very close to you guys. I'm just
yes, everybody's saying they're fake tats on his neck. I don't know if that's a thing that people do. Aren't they called permanent tats? Don't some people do that? Like unironically?
Don't you worry, buddy.
I have no idea. I don't give a fuck. I have okay?
Good stuff.
And merch shirts.
Dude, I hate when
And I'm still fucking all your moms.
streamers say stuff like that. I'm very different. And it's like, bro, you know, you understand the context of it. It doesn't. You understand the context of what I said. You see that it's like clipped out of context, and then you take the clipping out of context, and you say, well, even in context, he's still stupid.
He then pulls up Muda's tweets on Palestine to show that he's a bad person.
That's crazy that the fucking fence is holding him. That's crazy. He's sitting hard on that thing, dude. He's like, this genocide stuff is very complex.
But Hassan would hit a boiling point when Ludwig would
MAGA Mail made a huge streaming controversy video. There's no fucking way.
Willie sold himself short here, or maybe he'll address it. Ludwig didn't make a video disagreeing with Hassan. That is not. He just made a video that had nothing to do with Hassan, that had a 3-second clip about Hassan. I think, right? Unless we're referring to a different thing here.
Complex.
But Hassan would hit a boiling point when Ludwig would upload a video disagreeing with him.
There ain't no fucking way MAGA Mail made a...
Or wait, or did the rest of the video go into it as well? Or maybe, I don't even know if I watched this full video, actually.
Huge streaming controversy video. There's no...
Oh, Ludwig might have covered the whole thing. Oh, never mind. Maybe because Hassan like shut it off. Alright, wrote this unironically. Okay. The rest of the video went into it. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, well, good job. This is why Willie Mack is the SES, not just a retarded shit skills content. Okay.
Like the plague, 8...
Oh, no, wait. Now people are saying it went into the Korean Twitch thing. Oh, well, fuck you guys. Okay, wait. Round up the next fucking batch of people. Who all just said that this went into all that controversy? Fuck you. It was the Korea shit. Fuck you guys.
Nick Merckx LGBT controversy. Only to turn around and make a MAGA mail. What is the thumbnail? Let me see.
Or not.
Streaming is the hardest job on earth.
I hear ya. Except that it's not.
He's so mad. So Ludwig shows all the context and he still disagrees, making a lighthearted joke about Hassan. And Hassan feels devastated.
But I wanted to talk.
Am I crazy, or when he says his son, does it almost sound like, because of the way he pronounces things, his son? He's so mad about how his son, can you hear it? Listen.
He's so mad. So Ludwig shows all the context and he still disagrees, making a lighthearted joke about Hassan. And
About his son. A little bit, right?
Hassan feels devastated.
But I wanted to talk about this as a streamer myself for almost 6 years now on how hard it really is. I'm kidding. I would look. I just.
Honestly, it
God.
would've been-
It just annoys me because like it's such a fake fucking thing to do.
He got so ass pained over such an innocuous fucking comment. Oh my god.
It's just literally using someone who you're friends with, like being maliciously clipped out of context to be like, I'm actually one of the good content creators. I know how privileged I am. It's like, yeah, I do too.
When Hassan says something is out of context, it's never missing context. It just means they disagree with him.
Yep. It's almost a little bit like the it's like this thing, the aesthetic thing. I can't find it. Would this count as like an aesthetic thing? You say like, oh, somebody's missing context, but no, they're not missing context. They're
Okay.
You just
I need to be a
disagree with
little
like
bit
just say that,
more-
right? Oh, he just said with context. No, we have the context. You're the one that strips context out of things. People have the context. They just disagree with you, motherfucker.
Hassan would go
Very-
full ass off when an audience member pointed this out.
Yeah. It's like no different than what Muda did. He showed the context though. It doesn't matter that he showed the context. It's just a way to just literally farm off the fucking drama.
Well, then don't say it's out of context. Hassan doesn't have any way to really defend himself, so he molds and then just goes back to saying everything's out of context.
I got used like a cum rag for a Rocket Mortgage ad, dude. Come on, dude. Come on, bro. Don't farm me like that. Jesus Christ, that's lame as fuck. Actually,
Like, for him to be such a baby bitch over this, when he stood by and basically thumbs up his community going in on Ethan and Hila so fucking hard. So fucking hard. And the funny thing is, if you're looking for like some kind of like political reality, like real world activism, how cool would it have been for Ethan, who has a lot of Israeli background, for Hila, who is in the IDF or whatever, right? Because Ethan actually lived in Israel for 5 years, right? Like that could have been a good moment of like, look, like we disagree, you know, you've got, you know, your Jewish shit, your Israeli shit, your wife and everything, but like we can still like come together on this issue, or we can still like be in alignment on this issue. But Hassan couldn't even manage that.
like, I thought he was at least gonna. Oh yeah, for a good cause at least. Yeah, dude. He's great cause. He threw me to the flames. Posted a fucking
Threw me to the flames.
Twitter. A fake tweet.
Did you go over the H3H3 post that was almost 1K upvotes shitting on you? No. That's never happened.
Getting this education, getting my master's, put me on a level that, of course, more respect from the community, but also to look at myself with that level of respect and to say I deserve to be in the room. That today at PurdueGlobal.edu.
Is it in this subreddit or is it in a different subreddit? Oh. Jesus. Can we please disavow this idiot whenever Destiny is on screen? Even if he dunks on Sneeko or whatever, please. Destiny is an absolutely terrible person. Okay, we'll look at that later.
He said that, you know, we are so privileged, actually, which he's right, we are. He just said it was out of context, farmed me regardless, moved on to be like, look how nice I am, and sold a fucking Rocket Mortgage ad in the process.
The sun would end his stream, and his fans would try to pressure Ludwig into taking down the video.
You should call Hassan and apologize. Why is Hassan mad? What did I do?
Oh no.
Because my movie mail.
Hey, that's me.
Hassan, he's crying unironically.
I mean, shit. That's the deal. I'll just fucking pull him out of the thumbnail. Matter much, right? I feel like outside the thumbnail, you can't really make that argument much.
But this wouldn't be enough for him, so Ludwig would take down the video and re-record the whole thing, siding with Hassan the whole time.
People don't really give a shit about the context. People don't really give a shit about the conversation. They just care about getting Twitter likes.
God, he's such a spineless
but
fuck.
if that's the case,
oh my
you
God,
should be trying to
my
better.
streamer, I don't know, I don't watch streamers, but if I did, if I had a streamer and I watched a streamer and I saw him cuck out this fucking hard to the Hasanabi aristocracy or whatever, God, I would be like, bro, no, not my streamer. Ludwig, it was just a joke. It was just a joke, Ludwig. It's okay.
Which is all this really is. Which is why people like
Whoa.
Keemstar are tweeting out like this, just, you know, just for a dunk set. Nobody gives a rat's ass about the facts or about any people involved. They just care about little impression.
And he's got to go like full defense. He's got to run full defense, and don't ever let it be said, okay, that Ludwig deleted this video because of views or whatever. Ludwig claimed after he deleted the first video and re-recorded, he was like, oh, it just wasn't doing great viewership-wise. Bullshit. Bullshit. You just wanted to cover your ass. When he was recording that video, if you actually watch when he does this video as he's speaking into the camera, you can see the way that his eye twitches a little bit every time Hassan's second knuckle bumps into his prostate. You can actually see it as he's recording the video. For him to pretend that he took this down because it wasn't doing well, and then he just happens to re-upload it in a way that is slobbering on Hassan's knob in the sloppiest, most fucking NC-17 X video Pornhub 4K resolution 60 FPS VR enabled pornographic way possible, fucking hilarious.
They just care about a little Twitter like, little impression.
Ludwig got a single DM that said no balls and then showed a tweet about bringing assassinations back. For some reason.
And to top it all off, just for the reach around finish, and by reach around, I mean Ludwig would have to give himself a reach around because Hassan seems like the kind of guy who wouldn't even have the goddamn courtesy to give a reach around. He'd make the guy he's fucking doing himself. He has to throw in a fake accusation that my DG is harassing people because of an account, a random account that DM'd him on Twitter after all of this shit had already went up.
A single DM that said no balls and then showed a tweet about bringing assassinations back. For some reason, acting like this was a serious threat.
And this is the one that sent me over the edge. Now, this is a DM from a...
This is the one that sent me... This is the one. This is the one that sent me. This was... When it was... Not this. Not this. Oh, God, no. This was the one where I was like, holy... The battle lines have been drawn. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Not this. Not this.
Guy that's just said no because I removed the video. Again, what the
I cannot keep up.
But he messaged me.
Also, he didn't re-upload the video. He re-uploaded a different video.
He says no balls. Now, you know, by itself, you don't think much of it. But then I clicked on his Twitter account, and I see that he said this. Wish assassinations were a real thing. This isn't a quote retweet to people in this situation. Not trying to say who, not trying to get demonetized here. But what a f***ing crazy thing for Mr. Penis Head to say.
Why is it crazy? His name is Mr. Penis Head. It's got a single like, and Ludwig's virtue signaling about how un-American this guy is.
Can now be a guy who's wishing for assassinations, cause why? The guy you don't like online is millionaire? Said something you don't like? It's the most un-American thing I ever heard in my fucking life. What's more beautiful about being an American than seeing someone you don't fucking like, but they're allowed to say whatever the fuck you don't like?
Curiously, that's not Hassan's position, because when he was questioned about this by Ethan, he said we would put them in re-education camps. But good perspective, Ludwig.
It blows my mind. Why are we taking Mr. Penis Head's joke tweets so seriously? Hassan's literally tweeted a picture of the same 3D printed gun that was used to assassinate the former Japanese Prime Minister. And he did this to a United States Senator. But Mr. Penis Head, way too far. Ludwig's a coward for taking this video down. It's so funny to me that Hassan has this expectation that his friends need to defend him at every turn for every dumb thing he says. Vosh's community makes fun of Hassan for his poor coverage of Ukraine, and Hassan wants it down.
This is not a leftist community at all, for the record. I don't know. I really thought so. I reached out to Vosh earlier today. I was like, listen, dude, I see something going on that I don't like. I'm letting you know. A never-ending death spiral. It will turn out bad if you just allow this kind of shit to foster. And he was like, he's literally like, yeah, no, off. These were legitimate criticisms. I was like, bro, they were literally clipping from my Twitter where I was criticizing Russia to make it seem like I was pro-Russia. How is that in any way, shape, or form?
Aren't you?
Legitimate criticism.
He's lying again, saying it's out of context when it's not. I have a whole video documenting it. XQC ranks Hassan lower on a tier list, and Hassan cries about it.
Like, whenever your chat was like...
This, bro, the tier list drama? Oh my god, who cares? Oh my god. Who fucking cares? You remember on the... Oh, never mind. Jesus, it's like so... Oh my god, bro. How are you so fragile? How are you so fragile? It has to be a background thing, I think, right? Because Hassan's been winning his whole life. Born into absurd wealth, good genetics, opportunities to travel the world, job opportunities, like ability to fail college, go back and do it again. Like, I guess like any bit of adversity for him is like brain breaking. I guess like
calling me out or whatever when mentioning Moon and NMP LOL, Asmongold, and all these other content.
Destiny, he probably got bullied when he was a fatty in high school. I'm sorry, but I don't believe that. I don't believe he was ever fat in high school. If somebody has a better picture of him than that, like, in the suit on the horse, I don't believe he was ever fat in high school. I think that's some virtue signal bullshit where he's trying to collect some fucking pity points or whatever, some stolen valor. I don't believe that. Maybe he was, though. You got a better video, a better picture of it, maybe, but I've only seen, like, one picture of him in a suit on a fucking horse. But maybe he was, but...
Creators actually, you know, whipping their communities when their chat is going absolutely bananas.
Hey, you don't need to get that
dumb
close.
And bringing my name up for no fucking reason. And I thought that for the past year, you were just allowing that to run rampant in your chat, and I thought that was f***ed up. Especially as someone who thought we were friends. I think that's a reasonable expectation for someone who you consider to be a friend.
But when Ethan was begging Hassan to moderate his chat from calling him pro-genocide every 30 seconds, Hassan's like, it's up.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Oh god, are we about to start? Are we about to start a fucking war?
I did terrible. That was just not good. Okay. Things are good.
I'm sorry, guys, but if you're like 6'2" or whatever, Hassan is a tall guy. He's definitely chubbing, but I don't think that this is the type of fat that would get you like aggressively bullied. Bullshit. You throw a shirt on this guy, huge fucking dude, nice face, nice... No, bullshit. No shot is he getting bullied for this with all of his clothes on. I don't believe that. No shot.
Like...
That's like frat boy fat? Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, this is like a dad bod. He was obese in high school. Okay, maybe he was. I haven't seen pictures of it, but...
Now streaming on Hulu, The First Omen is the best horror movie of the year.
The best? Oh, man.
It's utterly terrifying. An unchained...
Out of my hands, you did it to yourself.
By the way, I'm not even defending the... I'm not even, like, I'm just trying to tell you guys how it feels. And I'm fucking shocked that you don't care that people in your chat are saying, "Who the fuck is this child? Cold, arrogant,
Ethan,
as fuck."
I love you, but there's only so much I can do.
How can you be surprised when your
I can't do anything. There's only so much.
Discord is literally full of...
Ethan, I love you, but there's only so much I can do if you're making that argument. You know that, right? Like, at a certain point, you're an adult, and the words that you're saying are going to be perceived by people in a certain way.
You know, at what point is Hassan responsible for the words that come out of his mouth? Zero self-awareness.
I've gotten numb to the criticism. Like, it's not. As a matter of fact, I seek it out now.
That's bull.
I love his the California Fry voice whenever he's... This is Hassan when he's on a podcast. So, when I'm doing my political commentary, I'm trying to think of the ways that I can educate my audience. This is like the cap heard around the world. Never has there been a bigger cap than this fucking... I paved it on my own. I seek out criticism. My God.
Awareness.
I've gotten numb to the criticism. Like, it's not. As a matter of fact, I seek it out now.
That's bullshit.
No lube. So what you gonna do? If you're number one, shove it up your ass and make it number two.
Oh.
Hassan didn't like Destiny's debate with Ben Shapiro. He called Destiny an idiot for not picking apart Ben's points. Hassan's advice that he tries to give Destiny is terrible. He's like, never let Ben explain anything.
The problem is, you shouldn't actually ever ask him, like, how do you enforce that? because then you're kind of conceding. You're giving him an opportunity to describe his like idiotic worldview, and Ben is a very skilled debater, and he will try to present his Handmaiden Tale as dystopia in like a relatively positive way.
But that's how good conversations work. One person talks and then the other person responds. If you don't go down their logical thought process, how will you ever understand their argument? It's no.
All right, let's see what can I do
How the fuck
here.
is Willie Mack, a random fucking commentary YouTube person, explaining this to fucking Hassan, who should understand this better? What the fuck?
Don't go down their logical thought process, how will you ever understand their argument? It's no wonder all of Hassan's debates turn into screaming matches. Now, this debate was widely praised for being civil, respectable, and for allowing there to be a
I want
deeper
to see if this is
conversation than just
doable.
name calling. I don't want to show you too much because it's a little dry. It's a politically nuanced conversation.
Hassan is unfortunately the dumbest guy here this time. Please just simply tell me why you think that is the case, instead of just saying that and making yourself feel smart. Because that is what dumb guys do.
My guy, that's you. The master debater, the masturbator Hassan, would get a chance to show off his debate tactics on Piers Morgan, but unfortunately would run into someone as stubborn as himself. Emily is pro-Israeli Hassan. She's loud and overly dramatic, demonizing everyone.
How dare you? How dare you say it's okay to talk about an intifada?
My goal is solutions. Your goal is the continuation of violence.
Yeah, these two were made for each other. I shipped them. When going on a show to debate Israel-Palestine, the #1 question you will be asked is, do you think October 7th was justified? And Hassan refuses to answer directly.
It does seem that you're very selective about the violence that you support. That when you support it, it's justified. When other people use things in a violent way that you don't support, it's unjustified. Seems like it's all skewed to what Hassan Piker thinks.
Well, not necessarily just what I think. I think that there are obvious markers, obvious boundaries. I don't think violence against civilians is justified. I have talked about October 7 on this very same show, saying that it was a tragedy. It was atrocities that occurred on October 7, specifically. When you target civilians in any capacity, I think that that is unacceptable. However, this does not mean that violence will not occur in many circumstances. Violence has occurred in every single revolutionary action, many good revolutionary actions.
Piers now asks the obvious question, which is, does Hamas attack count as one of those good revolutionary actions?
Was what Hamas did on October the 7th an example of what you would call a justified revolution?
Oof. Like, you're laying out the whole foundation for this next question. How are you not ready for it? Was it bad when that woman stabbed that other lady at the restaurant? Well, you got to understand that violence is a thing that has been utilized by many different people for many different purposes through all of human history. The United States started with violent action, and Hitler engaged in violence against himself when he killed himself. You know, would we say that that's a bad thing? Is violence always bad? And it's like, okay, well, are you saying that the violence in the restaurant wasn't bad? And it's like, okay, come on.
Sandbags, huh?
I already pivoted once, Piers.
I can't pivot again.
What you would call a justified revolution.
All right.
I don't look at every single act of violence. I look at
You've
the
literally just
players,
been
I look
reciting
at
a whole
the
load of
systems
them.
of oppression.
Why
when
are
we
you
are
avoiding?
analyzing it.
Why are
And
you
do it too,
avoiding
Piers.
October the 7th?
You do it too.
You do it too.
I'm not avoiding it. I've talked about it a million times
Well,
over.
let me ask you
But
one more
this is
time.
not
Hang
what-
on, hang
This is
on.
not what we're here to discuss.
Emily, hang
This is
on.
not what we're here to
Hassan,
discuss.
let me
She
just ask
said
you. Let me
very
just ask you
specifically,
directly one
Israel's
more
not an
time.
Just answer the question. He doesn't,
All
so
right.
Piers asks again.
Have you seen the old clip of Hassan saying the Turkish/Ottoman slavery wasn't that bad versus the U.S. because they gave some slaves jobs in politics? LeMayo is ignoring the whole castration and blood tax thing. Damn, I have not.
Ask you one more time.
Wait. About Hassan doing what he accuses others of. Anything he covers on stream about others is fair game because he's a political commentator covering cultural issues. Anything others cover about him online is bad faith. Drama farming. He's an easy target.
Directly one more time.
Just answer the question.
To be
He
fair,
doesn't, so
he-
Piers asks again.
I would assume had this opinion for
What happened on
a
October
while.
7th was a justified act of revolution. Yes or no?
I do not, and I do think that. Oh wait, hold on. That's let me clarify. Let me clarify something very important here.
How do you not have an answer ready? He talks about how Israel's an apartheid regime, continuing to dodge the question, so Piers continues to ask it.
I just want to bring in our two British panelists here, but just finally, just to clarify, Hassan, I can't quite work out.
He's such a fucking coward, bro. I'm at like, Jesus. It's actually it's such a pussy bitch fucking move. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You know. Then again, if he did do He'd be just like, yeah, hey, this was bad. This was terrible. Wouldn't his community just like
There
eat
should
him
be like
alive?
a meme. Like, bro thinks he's like Che Guevara, but he's actually like fucking insert some fucking physically deficient, weak, disgusting fucking God. Fuck, he's such a fucking coward. Why not just own it? Why not just own it? Why not just say it?
Bringing our two British families here, but just finally, just to clarify, Hassan, I can't quite work out whether you said you do think October the 7th was an unjustified act of revolution or whether you changed your mind. So can you clarify?
Man.
I think that violent means of maintaining an apartheid is
Oh, the buzzword bingo! It's funny how Hassan is a journalist when he has Houthi terrorists on stream, but he's a propagandist whenever there's any suggestion of accountability for his positions.
inevitably going to
it's Bane and Bank.
violent retaliation.
Just say yes. If your argument is that these people have been abused and oppressed for so long that this was the only option they had, then fine. That's not an illegal position. He's so worried about optics, he can't even communicate what he thinks.
This is so stupid. Willie's analysis shouldn't be this much better than Hassan's, but Willie's correct. This is the same shit I say. Yeah, like, just like, listen, own the position and say like, yeah, right? Like, it might not have been justified, but it was provoked, right? And then you can even, why not like steal the Finkelstein dipshit talking points? Nobody here can probably counter them. Would you say the Nat Turner slave rebellion was unjustified? Like, just, they killed civilians there, didn't they? Just say that, just own that position. And then no one's gonna fucking fight you on that. But like, the fact that he's so optically obsessed, he can't even like logically commit to an actual fucking argument. Holy fuck. Oh, true. When we watched the lady, to the
All right, boys, let's roll
this
out.
really crazy one. The black lady here gives a way better summation of what Hassan is trying to say later on, I think.
I do not, and I do think that. Oh wait, hold on. That's let me clarify.
I find it funny that when Piers does this to opposing guests, Hassan loves it. He calls it real journalism.
Here is a 5-minute fest where Piers Morgan actually genuinely becomes a journalist for a brief moment. Let's watch.
You've literally no idea how many civilians you've been killing.
I can tell you definitively that our aim is to go after Hamas.
You have no idea how many civilians you've killed. If you know exactly how many Hamas terrorists you've killed, you must know how many civilians you've killed.
Piers, with respect, don't put words into my mouth, please. I didn't say exactly 14,000. I said around 14,000. Whereas Hamas will come out with precise numbers that statisticians
Well, give
will
me a
look at.
ballpark number for civilians.
Well, you can use the ballpark as far as the Hamas figures, which I reject as being false.
Well, if they're false, why would you give me those?
I gave you the numbers that I had.
No, you've told me
And
you know how many Hamas terrorists you've killed, but you don't seem to have any idea how many civilians you've killed.
I saw a TikTok about this, and they were all saying you turned Piers Morgan into a believer. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but it's a shocking display. And as a fair and balanced reporter of facts, I will hand it to Piers. This is an unimaginable W.
But when Piers does the same thing to Hassan because he won't answer, that's because he's biased. Piers repeated the question one more time, and it about breaks Hassan.
Hassan, just before I come to the two people who are with me here, I just need some clarity here, because it seems like you're dancing around whether you think October the 7th was justified or not.
Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this back and forth masturbation? I've already given you my position.
Why are you doing this?
I'm
He's
sick
happy.
and tired
It's
of
Jews
repeating it
being
over and over
killed.
again.
Because it's Jews, it's okay.
Emily, stop.
I love that they had female Hassan here for this, though. I think my favorite thing about this was just that they wheeled in female Hassan for male Hassan, just to watch them both go. It's fucking hilarious.
I'm sick and tired of repeating it over and over again.
Okay,
Because it's Jews, it's okay.
Ask this
Emily, stop
demon next to
talking.
me.
Demon.
Fucking idea of
Jeez.
dog
When
tag.
it's Jews, it's okay.
Please
Ask
stop
this
shouting
fucking
at each
demon next
other.
to me wearing an IDF dog tag if she actually thinks Israel's actions are
bring them
justifiable.
home.
Do you
It's
see
to
me
bring the
rocking
hostages
fucking
home. The hostages
All right,
that you
you're talking
rightly
over
believe
each other.
belong in
All
the
right, you know what it
tunnels of
is.
God.
This whole time, by the way, the other two panelists haven't even been introduced. Hassan then asks the inverse question to Emily, but she answers very clearly.
Stop doing this to each other, please.
Emily,
Nobody
Emily,
can understand a
do you
word
condemn the
either of you are
actions of
saying.
Israel?
Now let me come to Esther and James here. This is one of my problems.
No, I want to
actually.
hear if Emily.
If you're a content creator, I guess this is like advice to like 20 of you listening. If you're ever going on
Why,
in
thank
these
you.
debates, if you want to be liked by the host and invited back, it's okay to fight and to give them a good show. That's fine, but don't interrupt the host. When the host is trying to cut you off or get a grip on the situation or the argument or whatever, if you're starting to cut off the host a ton, they're gonna have a really bad impression of you. So fighting with other guests drives up views. It's epic. People like it. Fighting with the host when the host is trying to get a handle on things, not good. Just as for the content creators out there.
saying. And let me come to Esther and James here. This is one of my problems.
No, I want to
actually.
hear if Emily condemns
No,
the actions of
Hassan,
Israel.
you
Why
will
don't you
please
ask her
let me
about that?
moderate the debate.
Why don't you ask her about 30,000 people?
I've got two panelists here who've not had a word yet.
Exactly, because you're a fucking terrorist.
Please stop talking.
And I think you're a terrorist.
So yeah, this has been very productive. Finally, Esther answers that same October 7th question, and she does so precisely and clearly while bodying these two clowns.
This happened in a vacuum. Of course, October the 7th was an atrocity, and it was completely unjustified. There was no justification for butchering people in the way that they did. But it didn't happen in a vacuum. A lot of the people that live in Gaza weren't even born at the time.
It was so funny that she's Destiny. She is Destiny. She pulls a Destiny here, like I did on the Austin show, and she did, or the Raj Rail back then, I guess. Yeah, and she just comes in and just crystal clearly lays out Hassan's position in such a coherent manner, without having to scream or be stupid or avoid like committing to any positions. Like
time that Hamas came in power. So I really just I despise this. You're a terrorist sympathizer. You're a genocide supporter. All of this, when really the people that we should be talking about deserve better.
Okay, James. On the wider point of these protests,
Well, I couldn't get to that part because I wanted to...
And then he says the same shit, actually. Because I think like 4 or 5 years ago when it happened on our show, I was like, if you guys would just let me fucking finish, I would have said that. Or I said the same thing. It's the same shit. He's like replaying it. Oh my God.
Better.
Okay, James, on the wider point of these protests.
Well, I couldn't get to that part because I wanted to describe what the apartheid is, and Emily cut in immediately to chirp about some random shit.
Okay.
He's so salty.
Look, Hassan.
But
hang on, Emily, please, I'll come to you. Let me just ask Hassan. When you and Emily go at each other...
Sorry, if you're not aware of what I'm referring to, Hassan was on, it was some crazy Twitch show a long time ago.
Somebody hates somebody because of this.
And Hassan spends like fucking 10 minutes trying to explain, like, is it racist for a black person to call a white person a slur, or can a black person be racist to a white person? He's trying to explain this for like 5 or 10 minutes, okay? And then obviously I hop in and one of my skills is like summarizing complex things pretty simply so people can understand it. It's just a thing that I'm decently good at, and Hassan is not that great at it, but
aggressive towards a minority class person, like by virtue of them being minority class, like by that virtue alone, they're already typically disadvantaged in American society. So when we say like, can somebody be racist against somebody under like, I guess like the common vernacular of like, can somebody hate somebody because of their skin color? Of course, anybody can do that. But when we start like analyzing society, we look at meaningful demonstrations of racism. So for instance, like racism or economic disadvantages, right? In these ways, minority people can't really exercise racism against majority people because they don't really have the status or the power in society in order to do so.
It's like I wish Destiny could just come in at the beginning and give us the right answer right away instead of making us wait.
So we didn't have to list a fucking Hassan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like we have the cheat sheet right here.
Honestly, like it's funny because like the only way
such a fucking retarded thing to say. Like I'm sorry, but like if you can't comprehend the fucking shit that I'm saying, it's on you, okay? I'm doing as best as I'm doing.
Hey, Wes.
You said the R word. He literally said the exact same thing that I just said. Like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
You can say retard on Twitch. Zenithop says it all the time.
Fuck Twitch then.
No, wait, relax. Hey, come on now, Wes. Just be nice.
Wait, what did I?
Yeah.
I was just joking. I don't really make jokes without people taking it so seriously.
Why I use prejudice or discrimination over racism is because, again, like Destiny mentioned, that I padded up with legislative background information.
Hassan, do you want my actual answer?
You can't have fucking power.
No, probably.
Even though I can't think I'm stupid, what I was trying to say is that because all our...
I just thought it was funny that like, well, I was about to say that. Question, since Hassan is too lazy to grow to be a proper grifter, why doesn't he just retire or accept the losses from switching to Zoomer gaming stuff? He doesn't seem to have any plans for his money aside from basic consumerism shit. What motivation is there to keep this up? He's made it financially already, so why self-harm like this? I think once you've got a certain amount of money, you're aiming for status in life. Unless you're trying to jump to like the next echelon. And for Hassan, the next echelon is probably... I don't know what there is above millionaire. Like, I doubt there's a big difference between having a net worth of 1 million or 10 million. There probably is between like 10 and 100 million. It probably goes like 100 million and then like billion. I don't know if there's a big difference in life between like 100 million and a billion though. I guess at a billion you're getting into like yacht, private jet area. For 100 million, you're probably chartering private flights. Are you owning private jets? I'm not sure.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm sure he's pushing for like influence stuff. He's not pushing for money, so...
I don't know. I think he's trying to do both.
Do you think he wants to become a senator? No. Hassan has no desire to do anything like in terms of real politics. Like politics is a vehicle to him for clout, essentially.
To you, let me just ask Hassan. When you and Emily go at each other like
1 million and 10 million is bigger than 10 to 100 million in terms of status? Maybe, I don't know. It's hard too because it really depends on like cash flow as well, right? Like, how much money are you making? Not just like what is your wealth. You know, you can't get to $1 billion from streaming, can you? Mr. Beast probably will, but in general, no.
Yeah. You just did. Nobody wins. I mean,
that's
no one
not
can
the
really
goal.
understand a word you're saying because you're
Used to
shouting
be
over each other. You end up just calling each other terrorists. There's no sensible dialogue here. There's no constructive conversation. It's just two implacably opposed sides abusing each other. Do you understand that?
Yeah, listen.
Do you think Hassan will be jealous of you doing content in Israel when he's too lazy to do anything of substance? Absolutely not. No, I'm going to Israel because I think it'd be interesting because I've studied it a lot, and like talking to the people there would be really cool. I think it would be like a life-enriching experience for me, and I can like actually study something and then tie it to things that I see in real life. That's fun for me. I'm not gaining any credibility outside of my immediate community for going to Israel. Like everybody that sees me going thinks I'm like getting paid by fucking the Hasbro division of fucking Shin Bet or whatever to go do this trip. I'm not gaining any outside credibility. I just think it would be a cool thing to do. It just seems like it would be a fun experience.
Using each other. Do you understand that?
Yeah, listen, Piers, okay? This is going to always be a very heated discussion.
Are you kidding me?
Having a conversation about how heated this discussion is utterly unproductive.
How are you supposed to have a productive conversation on this topic, educating people, if everyone is so emotional they can't even let each other speak? He's so emotional he can't even see the obvious flaws in his logic. The point he tries to make is absurd.
You tell me I'm wearing an IDF dog tag. I'm wearing a bring them home for the hostages that you... No, it says bring them home.
You're using...
You are. Was Hassan like this when you were friends with him? Disagree? I don't know. It's probably different because we're on the same side, so I probably just didn't interpret it as negatively, right?
For the hostages that you... No, it says bring them home.
You're using the hostages as a simple political tool to make propaganda in the West. Is quite disgusting. The protests that are happening in Israel right now are massive.
Are a political tool?
And those protests,
what?
You are using humans in captivity as a political tool. It's so obvious.
Yeah, but so is Hamas, right? That's why they took the hostages in the first place, to use them as political tools. James correctly points this out, and Hassan loses it.
Anyone is using hostages.
You tolerate crazy friends more when they're not attacking you. I think I don't tend to co-sign much that other people do at all. I think I'm pretty unique in that position. I'm not much of like I'm always going to defend my friends no matter what. If you're doing dumb shit, I'll let you can do dumb shit. You're not going to get me signing off on it. Even like when Melina would fight with Darius, I was like, listen, that's Melina's fight. I'm not defending Melina against shit Darius says. That's between those two. If I'm defending somebody publicly, it's because I think they're right.
Coming
being unfairly attacked or mischaracterized or maligned or whatever. It's not because they're my friend. I would never defend somebody just because we're friends. Fuck that. You have to be in the right for me. I mean, I can like offer some compassion or a shoulder to cry on or some bullshit like that, but I'm not gonna let you tread on my reputation so that I can defend some dumb shit you're saying because we have a relationship. That's
James correctly points this out, and Hassan loses it.
Anyone is using hostages. Surely it's Hamas, Hassan.
Oh, true.
How can you say that? How can you use that argument? That's a crazy thing to say. It's Hamas that have taken these people from their homes,
tens of thousands of people in Israel. There are currently tens of thousands of Israeli citizens right now in the streets of Israel, in the streets of Tel Aviv, outside of Benjamin Netanyahu's house, protesting every single day. What are they protesting? They're protesting for Benjamin Netanyahu to facilitate a ceasefire with Hamas so that they can actually bring the hostages home. That is precisely the number one of the family members of the hostages. And if anyone on this panel was being even a little bit honest, they would recognize the reality that, just listen.
You didn't listen to my question.
James is right. He's dodging his question.
Listen to what I'm saying, and you will understand, perhaps, what I'm trying to imply here. Utilizing...
Do they have, does Willie Nack show what Hassan ended up flipping on this Twitter? I don't know if it was Hassan's Twitter. Wait. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Hey.
Changing Twitter to X is such an unbelievable thing. God, it's so stupid. God, it was so dumb. He should have never bought that stupid fucking game. He's such a child. Sorry, just kidding. I love you, Elon.
The hostages. Yeah, I am being patronizing. I don't know who the f you are, and you're over here chirping all the way from London about Palestine. You're doing a both sides are fine. You're talking about how you want to free Palestine, but also simultaneously, both sides got a lot lot going on. Shut the fuck up. You don't know anything. Okay?
Bro, this guy's
There
living
we
in
go.
a $1 home in California and drives a $250,000 Porsche. You're all equally unqualified.
I don't give a shit about what your perspective is.
I agree
Hassan
with
doesn't
quite a
like
lot
what
of
you
the
have
things
to
you're saying,
say, so
Hassan.
you're wrong.
Based. Wait. My uncle manages a Porsche dealership in Miami. If you need that connection, he said, for people of certain social status, they don't require a minimum number of other car purchases before obtaining the GT3 or other higher-end models. Same goes for Ferrari, but he only works for Porsche. Sardine9. I don't know what car I want yet, but email me, okay?
It's Hassan's way or the highway.
I mean, you are. There is no both sides of a genocide. Is there both sides of a genocide? There is no both sides.
The thing is, it's interesting you should mention the hostages.
Here's ends the debate early because Emily and Hassan won't stop talking over each other. The dialogue is completely fruitless. He stares from the camera, looking like he wants to end it all.
Say, we are fighting human animals and we have to cut off their electricity, cut off their food, cut off their water.
Was he trying to go for some tears at the end there? Am I hearing things, do you think?
Cut off their electricity, cut off their food, cut off their water.
Okay.
Yeah, the slight
You know what? I'm going to cut off this debate.
9% of their electricity, the rest is Hamas.
I'm going to cut
Buy the better model of Hassan's Porsche.
off the
That's
debate.
not
because
Israel.
We're getting
Israel
absolutely
provides
nowhere.
it.
But I appreciate everybody joining in. Thank you very much indeed.
He was going for the jank stare.
Hassan's debate strategy was much more entertaining than Destiny's debate with Ben, but I didn't learn a goddamn thing. Nobody watching this changed their opinion or learned anything new about the conflict. Hassan does nothing for this topic. Even he agrees that it was a complete waste of time.
I unironically realize, like, this is, I can't have these conversations with people who are just like dick riding Israel into oblivion. It's just not going to be productive discourse. It was so screaming, dude. He probably loved you if you made good TV. No, we didn't make good TV.
Like, how sad is it if your guy, your leading dude, can't have challenging conversations about a topic that he screams so much, that he's so informed on? That's just got to be some weird form of cognitive dissonance, right? Like everybody's calling your content creator a bitch because he's a pussy who avoids conversations about some of the most important political issues that he says he's so informed on. How do you reconcile that? Like, you're a Hassan fan. Like, why does Hassan dodge people on Piers Morgan? Because he dodged me. He's never talking to me about this shit because he's a fucking moron. Like, it's so crazy. But he'll only talk to people that are more clouded up than him. And people don't notice that. That's weird. Like, oh, he won't talk to Destiny because Destiny's got faith, but he really wants to talk to Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
You think Ben Shapiro's better, more good faith than I am? Like, what is it? Yeah.
Because I knew it probably came off unhinged.
I really do believe if he was just less emotional and engaged with arguments more directly, he would look a lot better. Instead, he frames it as everyone else is just doing this for career opportunities.
That's the problem. Every single one of these, like, pro-Israeli people are doing it for fucking career opportunities.
Like, the people that live in Israel and come from Israel are doing it for career opportunities, but you, a multi-millionaire living in Southern California, driving around a Porsche, talking about how important socialism is, you're not. Like, you're making probably more money off of this than every single pro-IDF person you talk to combined. Every single one of them combined. You're making 5x their salaries in a month, and you're saying they're the ones doing it for money? What the fuck does that make any sense? Okay, Chief.
It's mad at Brianna Wu for supporting how police handled protesters and compares her having the last name Wu to a white person saying the N-word.
How does she have the last name Wu?
I didn't think I should deal with people that go, why do you watch Destiny? I like how fair you try to be, and that's how I like to think. You're the one like that. Just link him a slur compilation. Okay. And if they scared off. Take a look at the Genesis GE after this video. Stop. Don't do me. I never watch his stuff. I imagine I would have. He's starting to a little bit. Yeah, he's getting like.
Nächstes Mal hast du nicht.
What percentage of debate is though? Wouldn't you say that you could out-debate 99.9% of people on the Earth being flat? I mean, maybe, but like, if somebody was like a physicist, maybe not. Probably not. Even if I might better debate, like,
there we go.
There's rhetoric and then there's factual knowledge, and these two things are like pillars that have to be balanced on each other, right? You need both of them, and you have to practice both of them. If you know a lot in one, you can overcompensate with the other. But I think as a public communicator, it's your job to do both, right? Isn't that what Hassan is? Doesn't he do like public communications?
Holy God!
What else do these people do? What are you doing with your time if not studying or researching or putting in some work to be politically effective at communicating your shit?
She married an Asian dude, and I guess like transitive property makes her Asian. I don't know. It's very strange. Like, okay, so I guess Riley Reid can say the N-word then. Like, what do you mean? It's not. It don't work that way.
Her last name is Wu because that's her husband's last name.
Also, Riley Reid has rap.
What is he talking about? Hassan was terrible in this debate. He managed to make a majority pro-Palestine panel hate him, and I don't blame him. Hassan is the best thing to happen to the IDF. He makes his side look so crazy. Not just the need for reading Wikipedia.
Seems like he does more research than you. No, you just came in here to say that because you don't know anything about the way I've covered this conflict. I have talked to academics on this issue.
I hate when you just talk to people who are smart or journalists. You don't. You don't have critical conversations. You just have people come on, talk about a media story generally, or like people you already agree with, and then you kind of like nod along. You guys stand like 6 feet back from each other. You edge for about 5 minutes, and you try to make it so that when both of you come, it's landing in your mouths at the same time. Like that's all you do. You're not engaged in any sort of intellectual pursuit or any sort of like rigorous, critical, introspective, challenging conversation. You're just there.
Over and over again, I've used their works, I've interviewed them directly, I've interviewed journalists on the fucking ground that have like actually been in Gaza.
By that he means he reads tweets and only talks to people who agree with him. But
yeah.
when he's asked to read a single article from an opposing viewpoint, he's like, no, don't let him pay for it.
I'm gonna read the whole article. Well, one, because it's paywalled, and two, I don't want to listen to an article about how calling Israel an apartheid regime is wrong.
If you're so educated and know so much, go debate Destiny. He's been trying to set it up.
Or silly.
Bro.
They think like that's the position to take.
The Piers Morgan people today reached out to me. They said, hi, would you be interested in debating Hassan Piker on either Tuesday or Thursday next week? I said, yeah, sure, but there's no way he will agree. And they said, check it. We'll
He
see.
didn't,
by the way.
pretending this isn't happening. It's pathetic.
Just genocide all of them! Genocide the Middle East! Permanent third world genocide!
Another thing Hassan has been doing is he will literally break news. He will talk about things that nobody else has even reported on or talked about yet. There's no details released, but Hassan's got the inside scoop. He doesn't cite anything.
There's been
Has there ever been any controversy about the legitimacy of accuracy from Wikipedia? Not really, no. I mean, like, there will be, like, select things where, especially on culturally sensitive issues that are contemporary, like, people will have edit wars back and forth. But, like, generally, Wikipedia is, like, a decent starting point. There are some things that people disagree with that it can get wrong. Some sections are probably stronger than others. I feel like I've heard from math and physics people that, like, the math and physics part of Wikipedia is really good. I think I heard that. I feel like I've heard people say, I don't know. But like, yeah, it's like, typically anytime somebody says, like, X media source is bad, it's usually just, like, not, it's not, like, a very intelligent engagement with, like, everything offers some value, right? Like, Russia Today, RT, like, at least points you in the direction of, like, what is Russia thinking, or, like, what is the goal of their propaganda, or whatever. Like, everybody's got something. I mean, like, being a bit hyperbolic, right? RT in general, I think we probably should look at this, but to just completely discount something like a website like Wikipedia is kind of weird. You could be critical of somebody for having only Wikipedia as a source, but then the next level, if you're engaging at higher of the fifth grade, criticism of something, the next level will be like, okay, why is it bad? And none of them will be able to tell you why it's bad. They have no idea, and there are good reasons why something might be bad. But nobody has any, I don't think I'm ever going to say them publicly because fuck you. I'm not going to give anybody the answers there. But there are really good reasons. I'm going to give a couple. There are really good reasons for why Wikipedia might be a bad source for things.
The ceasefire negotiation process with a lot of back and forth.
Actually, I mean, like, hold on. Sorry, I'm really bad at explaining this. There's somebody else. This guy talks a lot about how you can use Wikipedia as a good source and go through sources. He explains it better than I can. Hold on.
I can't believe.
All right, boys.
Scholarly source. I don't know. When you can literally click on the actual articles.
Can I take this?
Link back to scholarly sources, or at least like news articles from the time. That's when it usually becomes. A lot of the stuff on Wikipedia,
Ungodly.
You actually have to link back to scholarly sources. So. Anyway. It must be that Wikipedia is bad and for socialism, even though it literally is. Wikipedia is one of the best open source platforms out there, and its existence proves that open source platforms do work. Also, yes, you should be violent against imperialist forces in this regard. Just gonna put that out there. Also, everybody, donate to socialist. You need to donate.
Crazy. I guess Wikipedia is socialist.
For some time now, Israel is the party that has been ruining the ceasefire terms. I know that it takes two to tango.
Watching this retard, bro, makes me cry.
Reasonable. Israel's reaction has been anything but.
How? Why? Quantify that, please. He won't.
Now, of course, if you...
Yeah. Wait, if you agree with Hassan, now who's being bad faith as well?
His conditions have been endlessly reasonable. Israel's reaction has been anything but.
How? Why?
No.
That, please. He won't.
Now, of course, if you look at the American coverage, the Western media's coverage on the issue, you would you would basically come up with an entirely different opinion. Perhaps the exact opposite of what is the truth.
Okay, how?
So basically, what I'm trying to say is...
That was a response to that.
I'm right, and everyone else is wrong.
What I'm trying to say is...
Edmund, thanks for the $50. I thought you were against watching shit from people years ago, or do you make an exception for Hassan because he does it to you? No, I don't. I'm not necessarily against watching stuff from people years ago, because people's positions can change, so I wouldn't hold somebody to account. But I don't think Hassan's position has changed. My goal in showing, well, I guess, I don't know what Willie's goal is, but in showing what he used to think in the past, the interesting thing is seeing that, like, oh, not only did you think Wikipedia was a good source, you actually had proper justification for it. Now he thinks Wikipedia is bad, but he hasn't even, has he ever listed reasons why he thinks Wikipedia is bad? Has he ever said that, ever? Yeah, I don't know if he's ever said that ever. So it's just interesting that he had a good rational understanding of why it was decent, or it was a good starting point in the past. So much so that he was telling his users to donate to it, and now it's become bad. But why? If he provided the issue, the reason why I have to rely sometimes on past clips for these people is because they don't actually explain any of their thoughts or justification, right? Like I'm a loser. Like I've written out like all my shit here. Like if you want to criticize me or attack something, like it's literally fucking in writing. Like you can dig through any of my timelines or whatever. Like oh you're wrong about this or oh you're wrong about this. Notice how that when I like published even my really simple even my simple outline for just this debate, like this, it's not even as long as all the rest of my shit. I published this online, and not a single pro-Palestinian person wanted to fight over any of it. Everybody said I was a loser who read Wikipedia. I don't know if I even sourced Wikipedia in any of this. I probably do somewhere. Like a lot of it are like quotes from judges, quote from the UN, quote from Amnesty International, NGOs, like yeah. So what are you gonna do? That's what you're.
The media is presenting what is actually happening, looking at what is actually happening, and just presenting the exact opposite. Okay? The exact opposite.
Show me. Give me an article. The video he has on screen does not confirm any of it.
In this round of conversations, basically they claim that like the Hamas acceptance was coming from an Egyptian envoy, and Egypt is also Hamas. Well, they didn't say that, but they said that the Egyptian terms were like infinitely softer than what the Israel would be down for or something. And this is after Hamas agreed to the latest proposal presented by Israel on April 27th. And there is no change in its elements. An official matter with the talks tells Reuters.
He's saying Hamas accepted Israel's ceasefire conditions with no changes and that Israel is backing out because they want to kill more people. This is insane news if true. Hassan's only source for this is a tweet.
Yeah. It's also crazy too is people don't understand for news I would use
I got AP
I would
on
use the
that
same
still.
standard that I would for effect size.
Really fucking say like, oh, this person's a Gusano, that person's a Gusano. I think it's cringe.
Oh wait, what?
That was my position.
Oh, racial slurs are just cringe now. Oh, hold on. Oh, he's justifying racial slurs again.
However, if you are to ask me about the etymology or why certain terms are not harmful and others are, I will of course explain it to you. Except, I don't know why we're still having this argument. I don't want to believe that you legitimately, personally think that the word when said by a white person is not harmful in almost every single context.
There we go. Unless.
Oh, he backed it off to almost every single context. Does that mean we're moving away from the maximalist absolute position here?
I'm noticing a pattern with the Divorcelli fans. For some reason, they always pretend to be clueless bypassers speaking out.
I'm just not quick enough.
Are expertly created transformer oils.
Don't know all the hot
providing
juice just
high
yet.
Oxidation stability, reliable insulating performance, with low foaming tendency, and exceptional flow properties at high and low temperatures. Shell Diala S5BD provides a readily biodegradable solution, helping your equipment run smoother for longer.
Oh, be nice if this would.
Like, bro, you gotta have more than this. He then immediately mocks and laughs at any report saying that Hamas may have changed the deal.
And the only thing that I've seen from Israel is that although it is their proposal, they no longer actually feel comfortable with it, and are saying that maybe it's Egypt softened that deal too much.
The details haven't been released yet. How is he mocking that? What if it's true? Only 2 days later, a U.S. Details haven't been released yet. How is he mocking that? What if it's true? Only 2 days later, a U.S. official would report. U.S. officials have pushed back on Hamas' claim that they agreed to the ceasefire deal, instead characterizing the response as a counter-proposal with changes. That counter-proposal will need further negotiation. So when this information would come out, would Hassan correct the story? Nope. He'd just continue his narrative. Israel reneged the terms.
That is why you saw celebration when the Palestinians heard that Hamas had accepted the ceasefire conditions, which were put together by an American and Egyptian and Qatari envoys as well, which Israel decided to renege on the terms and then turn around and say, actually, no, we didn't agree to this at all. We don't believe this at all. We are still going to continue a rough invasion. Israel then also claimed that it was really f***ed up of Hamas to act like they were accepting a ceasefire and getting the Palestinian hopes up.
And as usual, this guy doesn't cite anything. He just keeps the storyline going.
Yeah, why not like cite some pages that you think have issues?
That's the Hassan way.
It was funny to see like a brief
Hassan's molding a destiny.
Brief moment from the media where they were like, Hamas accepted the conditions of the ceasefire, and then Israel reneged on the offer, only to very quickly turn back and be like, actually no, Israel told us that it was Hamas that like up the offer and added additional conditions, and it's Hamas's fault. It's like, is there a moment that like Israel will be at fault for any of this, or is it always just Hamas?
The media only ever reported that that's what Hamas said, which is not the same thing. Even though the staunch advocates have admitted, it's a little bit ridiculous that Assad will see a single tweet, come up with a narrative in his head, and then when there's more information, he goes, nope, they're wrong. My
this isn't
right. He's like this because his foreign policy is American bad all the time.
Let me explain to you 2 principles that you should keep with you, coming from a person who's Turkish, okay? When you look at the situation in the Middle East, you look at...
Oh, he's transmorged back to Middle Eastern. He should have a filter for his camera that like adjusts the white balance based on what race he's cosplaying as for his stream arguments.
Person who's Turkish, okay? When you look at the situation in the Middle East,
Could put them in cover, but
what
the
the
truth
local
is...
government is and who the Western forces are.
probably
Never
not
align with the Western forces. That's a principle that you can take home with you. If you want to actually be moral, or if you want to be smart about the way you analyze other countries, that's one basic principle that you can take home with you. All of a sudden, magically, you are above on your foreign policy analysis. You're going to be better off than 90% of people that look at the situation.
What an unbelievably... First of all, to imagine that the majority of the conflict around the world even has U.S. involvement is funny. But, like, what an unbelievably stupid fucking take.
Not what it now.
You're going to miss him. Do you really think that constantly watching Hamas Pikers stuff and commenting on it is a valuable use of your time?
Yes.
Yes, unfortunately.
Oh.
So the issue... Because, like, I've talked to August, my little autism group, about this. The issue is that, like, when people say things, like, this came to a head for the Ludwig stuff. This is part of what I thought about my days. Usually I just kind of like name about it and move on, but the issue is that then if I have a blow-up moment where I just get fucking irritated and I end up lashing out at somebody, a whole bunch of people, my fan base even included sometimes, will look at me like, why are you so unhinged, or why are you so crazy about this? person, and it's because I let these types of attacks and these things like slide like way too much. So I think I have to be a little bit more proactive in responding to stuff like this so that people can clip it, so people can see it, just because otherwise, basically my reputation is being destroyed in these circles that I have no contact with because people like Hassan will just lie about it, right? It is disappointing though because it's like, biologist, thank you for the 50 gifted subs. It's disappointing because like when I watch Hassan, I can't like take notes and it's like, oh, we need to research this and we need to do that. I have to like work on my like theory of mind stuff. Because okay, well, if somebody's gonna blatantly lie about everything, what do we do to counter this? Or how do I deal with a person who's like, you know, poisoning the well in this way or that way? Because none of it is like fact-based, right? Like you're never gonna watch a Hassan reaction to me and Hassan's like, Destiny's so fucking stupid. He didn't even know that the Mufti in, you know, 1937, you know, didn't even fucking flee to Beirut until fucking 39. Like it's like never like a factual like criticism of anything. It's just like Divorcelli today was pro-genocide, apartheid, and it's like, okay. So, yeah, it's annoying and kind of boring, but I mean, what are you gonna do? When these people like become less popular, I don't worry about it as much, but.
Analysis is, bro. That's called bias. Hassan isn't just...
I agree with this, but wouldn't you guys be pinging back and forth infinitely until one of you go nuclear? Do you expect him to just take the L and back off after enough replies? Yes. The difference is that I am a literal cockroach. I have been doing streaming for 14, 15 years. I can do this forever, and I have infinite tenacity, and I don't give a fuck about my fans. If they don't like me or they get bored or something, whatever, I don't give a fuck. I will continue to go through, and I'll ban you if I don't like you. Fuck you, okay? That is what I will do. You're talking to a man that played League of Legends for 6 fucking years, okay? Whereas I think Hassan's fan base, especially as you've seen them, they've started to post with this, like, why are we covering Destiny again? Why are we doing this? I think if I provide some pushback and he looks bad, he'll back off. I think he'll start to back off because it's not good coverage for him. It's getting me, obviously. I got 14,000 fucking viewers, literally doing nothing today, okay? Every single one of you should be ashamed of yourselves because if I was like reading our World War I video right now, I'd have 5,000 viewers, okay? So you guys are here for drama, motherfuckers. But yeah, if I was to, if I push back against him enough, he'll become exhausted way before.
People that look at the situation.
That's not what analysis is, bro. That's called bias. Hassan isn't just bad at news. He does this on purpose. He's a propagandist, no different than the counter-protester he condemned. College protests have erupted across the country. Their goals vary, but they mainly want universities to stop working with companies that have financial ties to Israel. And the students have every right to do that. The debate comes when students feel they rushed to stop other students from freely moving around campus. Asman tweeted about this, and Hassan responded saying students aren't being blocked from going to class. And Asman replied with a video.
Oh my god, this convo, this tweet thread, god, he's such a pussy. Oh, it's so cringe.
It comes when students build a Rust base to prevent other students from freely moving around campus. Asman tweeted about this, and Hassan responded saying students are being blocked from going to class. And Asman replied with a video.
You guys have closed the entrance. We are UCLA
Wins a win, I guess.
I have my ID right here. I'm being blocked off. Not by the security guard, but by you two. You three.
And this has to come from behind.
I'm doing this way. Excuse me. This is what they do. Everybody, look at this. Look at this.
Behind.
I'm a UCLA student.
And I died.
Here. We pay tuition. This is our school. And they're not letting me walk in. My class is over there. I want to use that entrance.
Ammo was an issue for the fight. I know. But,
going in.
You know.
I have my hands up. I'm not hurting them.
No, I should have had ammo crates.
That's what they do.
But even then, like, I don't understand how I'm supposed to just...
You guys are promoting hate. We're UCLA students. We
win this real.
Hassan writes, this is a Zionist.
Like, it's so easy to disown that. It's so easy to disown that. Like, yeah, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't block people.
Counter-protester, and they routinely try to enter the...
Do you think you care more about analytics than Hassan?
Hey,
I think
son.
Hassan is fine with coasting at 20K the rest of his life, but you are more ambitious. No, Hassan cares, trust me.
Is that a pineapple?
There's a reason why he talks about me so much now.
Encampment to dox and harm students, like he's doing here now to farm
Understandable.
TikToks and do people who aren't
the guy to debate.
thinking these students are trying to block him from going to class. He brought mace. Now Hassan's right in the sense that this guy isn't just trying to go to class. He's a counter-protester with the goal of making the protesters
probably lost my whole army.
Proves that. The thing is, there's no evidence of this guy trying to harm anybody.
At least I got
Hassan's
bullets.
acting like he was trying to start fights. Asman rightfully points out, I don't see him trying to harm anyone here. He's just talking to them. How is that a problem? Hassan then gets flustered. No, I was talking about the video you linked. He's been trying to enter the encampment to start fights for the past week. He's an agitator and has never been restricted from going to class. The vid you linked is cut specifically to invoke your response. So now this guy isn't just an annoying counter-protest.
Mike, thanks for gifting 10 subs, buddy. Usyk beat Fury, and I hit my bet. Ukraine world champ Slave Ukraini. I have no idea what that means.
Vid you linked is cut specifically to invoke your response. So now this guy isn't just an annoying counter protester, which was accurate. He's now going to start fights and harm people. Asmon asks, where are the videos of him starting fights then? If I look behind the people blocking him, there aren't any encampments at all either. I'm fine to
see, Asmon is doing like this is what we do. Yeah, like oh well, let's find the source of this claim. Somebody
small
said that
break
there's
from this, and I'm not trying to switch
Can we
games.
look for it? Does this exist?
I've been enjoying it before, but now it's
Ryan Grimm intercept Blumenthal,
some weird grindy thing,
or like different IDF soldiers saying different things different times. And when you actually look for the original video, it's like, oh, we totally misrepresented it, and now we're playing telephone. Yeah.
Videos of him starting fights then. If I look behind the people blocking him, there aren't any encampments at all either. I'm fine to condemn the guy, but I don't see any evidence of him doing anything wrong right now. And
there we go. Alright, trying to get this set up. There we go. Alright. Where were we? Yes. I recall now.
And that's true. There's absolutely zero evidence of this guy trying to harm anyone. I tweeted about it, asking for a single clip of this guy causing any harm. It doesn't exist. There's something truly poetic about Hassan getting mad at an Israeli propagandist for lying, so his solution is to then lie about him, spreading his own propaganda. They're the same person. It's beautifully ironic. Hassan gets mad at Asman, reiterating, he wasn't blocked from going to class. He's blocked from entering the encampment. Asman replies, if he's a student and he can't go somewhere in the school because people are blocking him, it's wrong. They have no right or justification to decide who can or can't go somewhere on campus. And Asman is completely right. If you want to make a guy like this look bad, let him into the encampment and film him being an asshole. He just repeats his own misinformation until it becomes a fact. Which reminds me, it's raining bullshit tonight. A lot of people are unhappy with how police have handled protesters, but Hassan makes it seem like a slaughter.
Instead of that, they did a show of force. They said, no, this isn't
I may have to restart
actually. How dare you f***ing say anything mean about Israel? We will f***ing kill you. We will pack you up. We will arrest you. Like, all you need to do is just go out there and be a voice, and people still lose their minds. They're like
that's not what was happening. You understand he's the same as the J6 protesters here, right?
It was a peaceful protest. Like nothing.
Was it Colombia where they were like in the fucking where they were breaking into the library? It was just a 100% peaceful. Are you allowed? Also, I'm curious, on college campuses, are you allowed to make encampments ever? Like, are you allowed to set up tents for protests on college campuses? I feel like that's probably never allowed. I could be wrong, but
this is gonna be a tough one. Alright, give me just a second here.
yeah, it's funny that it's like, oh, they were just mad because they were pro-Palestinian. Like, okay, dude.
This is unhinged. Like, we have to kill you. We have to arrest you.
Someone in chat would argue that the police didn't handle the protest as poorly as most other countries. Hassan would rightfully condemn them for making such a pointless argument.
It's not bad unless it's the worst thing possible. Yeah, I know.
Like, how many protesters got killed? Did any? I'm sorry, maybe I could have missed stories because I've been off the internet for a bit. Did any protesters get killed at all? Like a single one? It's like the starving Palestinians. Like,
how could you be complaining?
Sorry.
Not bad unless it's the worst thing possible. Yeah, I know.
I feel like that new shirt would look really good with your keffiyeh scarf. It's blue, so I don't think that'll go with anything. I do have it in another room though.
How could you be complaining? How could you be complaining about police response when German police were locking up Jews and gay people and socialists and Roma people and disabled people and putting them in concentration camps and killing them? Like, you don't have to compare everything to the worst fucking thing that has ever happened.
I completely agree with it.
Oh, why would he say that? Why would he say that? Like, there's got to be some level of it's got to be a meme. God, I wish I could get these people in like a mind room alone. And it's like, can we just talk? I just want to communicate. I need to interface with your brain. I don't know the answer to this. None of my theories of mind account for these types of statements. Hold on. I just need to.
Forgot I had myself muted. Okay.
When people say things that are obviously projections or obviously hypocritical, immediately.
Oh boy, another night map.
Evidently so.
Yep.
Are they aware of what they are doing? I can understand like individuals who are just like normal people not being aware, but for content creators, where you see your own shit so much, you've got other people criticizing you. Like, is this I don't know the answer. I don't have any inkling. I don't know at all. Like, are they aware of this?
Roma people and disabled people and putting them in concentration camps and killing them. Like, you don't have to compare everything to the worst fucking thing that has ever happened.
I completely agree with Hassan here. Something doesn't have to be the equivalent of Nazi Germany to still be considered bad. Hassan would follow this up by forgetting he ever said this and comparing everything to Nazi Germany.
There are so many things that have occurred throughout history that are objectively infinitely more violent than what these students are doing that you agree with. Fighting against Nazi Germany. Obviously, a ton of violence occurred there, and it was perfectly righteous and perfectly just.
Ben Shapiro thinks two-parent households would solve a lot of problems in society. Nazi Germany.
He's a fascist. Him bringing up Nazi Germany as a moral regression is an awesome point. Turn around and go, yeah, that's exactly the kind of moral regression you're advocating for in the United States of America.
I think you're assuming Hassan is like other people when he probably has a personality disorder. Unironically, I think he has HPD. I don't think you can have any cluster B anything and survive in the streaming world.
I don't know anything about psychology. I
don't
can't make a real comment on it.
This guy streams like fucking, or at least he used to stream like 10 to 12 hours a day for
I
years.
Can put a
I don't think
line.
that's possible.
When you want to have these like insane regressions on culture.
Students blockade and push back against the police. Nazi Germany.
They did a show of force. They said, no, this is a fascist police state, actually.
Someone's anti-abortion. Nazi Germany.
Very same government, your own local governments, for taking increasingly restrictive actions against those who want to make a medical decision, criminalizing abortion, criminalizing women's bodily autonomy in this country. When they come for you in the exact same way, do not be shocked. There's a little
Hassan's not there
about this from Nazi Germany, as a matter of fact. Then they
came for the, oh my god, bro. The only, bro, these guys pull the Holocaust Nazi ripcord, like Vosh does it too, more than I think even the fucking Netanyahu does. Holy shit.
Came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me.
Oh, holy shit! Reading time! Hassan's finally reading a full thing! It just needed to be a fucking poem with 40 words in it. Good job.
Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me.
Israel, everyone who sympathizes with their side, every counter-protester. Nazi Germany.
Everyone knows what a Nazi is, okay? And yes, these counter-protesters are Nazis. Through and through. Israel is a Nazi-style state. Israel's actions are identical to the Nazi regime and the Nazi state.
He gets challenged on this and doubles down because everything does need to be
If I can get over here,
is crazy.
Is
it? Is it though?
But that's the thing, right?
Fascism is the underpinning ideological movement that the Zionist ideology represents.
Does he expand on that? Is he just gonna do like the standard, like, because Jews want a state, therefore racial superiority, therefore Nazis? What is the expansion of that?
Doesn't that add up in your mind?
Same as the Nazis. Is it that crazy?
Oh, never mind.
Is it that crazy?
Just asserts without elaboration.
Think about that.
Or evidence.
Is it?
Is it?
This ain't 2007 no more.
Dude, this guy's so based.
He interviewed a Houthi terrorist and promoted himself the entire time as doing real journalism.
I DM'd him. Bro, are we about to have a Houthi rebel on stream? Yes, brother. What do you mean? Of course I'm about to have a... I'm a journalist, okay? This is journalism. Dude, this is fire. This is exciting. I'm excited. Doing a little bit of real journalism, you know what I mean? Finally.
I agree with Hassan. This would be actual journalism. But the criticism comes from you not asking any real questions. He just wanted to be friends with this guy, asking him about One Piece.
Does he know what One Piece is?
One Piece, like, is that an organization?
No, One Piece is
yes.
an
Luffy? Yeah, he said he's been watching it since he was a kid.
No way!
Yeah.
Sick. Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes. That's fire.
Good faith criticism here from a Hassan and Destiny fan. Why say the N-word? Isn't that at least horrible optics? Because it's conditioning the audience. Because I think it's a stupid fucking thing that people obsess over and nobody gives a fuck. And if you think it's a huge fucking deal, I'd rather excise you from my community now and have you try to like woke scold me on some retarded shit down the road. I'd rather just not have those fans. And the current fans I have will be molded in the shape of me, the master N-word wielder.
The master N-word wielder.
That's so fire. Oh my god.
He then says him and his entire community support what the Houthi are doing, which is attacking commercial vessels.
Dude, we think...
and kidnapping them, and kidnapping the people on them, and holding them. Don't forget that.
We think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
Hassan runs out of
Do you? You think Luffy would run around wholesale murdering people?
They don't have any, like, he doesn't have any time to watch
whatever.
anime
What
and
do I
shit, so I
know?
don't know. I
I'm
don't know
a
what else to
nerd.
ask about.
How about something relevant? That would be cool. So a viewer suggests a real question and Hassan shoots him down.
I can get
okay,
up here.
I want to ask. What else do I want to ask? So, like,
No.
I mean,
The issue is...
asking if he would stop going on Bows if his
Man,
will stop
it's
the
gonna have
genocide.
to
I mean,
be-
yeah, he's gonna say yes, chat. What are you talking about? Those are, like, dumbass.
I don't want to talk about that. Has he seen season 3 of The Boys?
Questions. Has he ever had like Western food?
How is that a better question? It is the.
Have you ever had Western food? Like, do you guys eat more than camels in Yemen? Have you ever heard of McDonald's? Does he ask him if he knows what French fry is?
Biggest
I love the way.
I've ever seen.
What does he have to say to dumbasses that consider him to be a terrorist? What does he think about that?
That'll go there, that'll go
That's a
there.
good question. I just banned one of those stupid f***ers in the chat just now.
He says, who are they?
Just f***ing dumbasses.
Wow, this is so impartial. I made a whole video addressing how historically terrible this video is, even by Hassan's standards. Feel free to check it out. But the point is, he was really proud of it, comparing his anime questions to legitimate journalists who provided alternative perspectives.
It's kind of like the stage narrative is threatened by the humanization of Arabs. Yes, 100%.
What happened to churches being
Journalists
good,
sit down with
man?
actual ISIS members for interviews. The f are people talking about? Exactly. There's no way that you can say that is not appropriate. Okay, that's what the media does. You can interview whoever the f you want. Okay, the idea that you can't do that is ridiculous. So that's that is just journalism. People have literally interviewed Osama bin Laden. Okay?
People are not mad that you interviewed him. It's how you did it. Hassan will get so much pushback for this, he'd revert to the Hassan classic, imply that everyone's racist.
The problem is not that you interviewed him, it's how you interviewed him. Gave him chicken and waffles with the Nazi vibes. That's great. That's a great question.
Dialogist, thanks for the 50 gifted subs.
Is
I will
it?
say though, his interview was worse than the chicken and waffles Nazi vibes. Because I was debating Nick, basically for our entire interaction. Yeah, and then there were like some not as debating moments, but for the most part, it was a pretty big debate. You can go back and rewatch literally the entire video. This guy was glazing hard, so fucking hard. It was such a glaze fest. It was unbelievable. Holy shit.
Or that's a great point to raise here. Except this person is not a Nazi in the United States of America. He's not a Nazi in Yemen either. You are suspecting him.
What? It's not the same because he's not a Nazi? That's like saying, how could you compare the chicken and waffles thing to my Houthi glaze fest when this guy's name isn't even Nick? Like, it's not even Nick. How could it be? It's not even remotely the same. They're totally different first name. Like, what?
Of being that, because you're primed into assuming.
Wow, Edward the First, thanks for the 5 gifted subs. As like that he can never fucking respond to a single fucking criticism ever, but he's always gonna go off on some mindfuck way to make it not make sense. Like, there's no actual substantive criticism that he'll ever respond to. It's always trying to reform it or morph it into some other stupid fucking thing that he can just dismiss. He's like a fucking, he's like a conversational alchemist, where it's like, Hassan, don't you think it was mad when you murdered that woman? Murder? That's a funny word coming from somebody who's white, whose ancestors supported the genocidal colonialist regime of Great Britain. Are you going to tell me that it was okay when Western countries colonized Africa? It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck are we even talking about right now?
Suspecting him of being that because you're primed into assuming that this 19-year-old is straight up
Fans are false.
Why are we primed to think that? We're primed to think that because of the exact same reason you fucking interviewed him, you dolt. It was because he was literally taking videos of him being on a fucking captured vessel. Now, whether that was really a fucking Houthi terrorist, or whether they were just letting some people do tours for media shit, or whether he just snuck on the boat or whatever, it remains to be discussed. But, like, why are you talking to him? It's because of that. It's not just a random Yemeni fucking civilian that just stumbled into your fucking Discord.
Problem is, I need to have a
bro, I wonder why.
I can't do anything to help you sort out your own internal biases.
I thought that's what an influencer does.
Feel Like, this is not a good thing. This is a bad thing.
He's part of an organization whose flag says death to Israel, death to the United States, a curse upon the Jews. Hassan's gotten so much heat for this, he's now rewriting history, acting like the guy was never a Houthi.
I had a random teenager from Yemen.
Random damn.
Man, it changed
I
quick.
did it. Never mind. My bad. I lied. I just engaged in misinformation. It was just a random guy from Yemen that just stumbled into it. My bad.
Acting like the guy was never a Houthi.
I had a random teenager from Yemen on this broadcast, and these dipshits literally kept saying he's an anti-Semitic, homophobic, gay people executing terrorist Houthi who killed probably a bunch of
Chains are
sailors.
probably gonna be.
Like, imagine if I were to say, people were mad that I talked to Nick. He was just a random right-winger. Like, people are acting like Nick himself went out and murdered minorities. And, like, it's such a bad faith engagement.
Random fucking Yemeni teenager who, in the interview, said he's not anti-Semitic, that he's all totally on board with.
And I love that, too. I know he's not anti-Semitic because he said he wasn't. What kind of a fucking argument is that? What?
The best kind.
Anti-Zionist Jews, which was shocking for him to even learn about.
Hassan, if he thinks all Jews are Zionists and he didn't know that others existed, doesn't that mean he hates all Jews?
Not a militant.
Oh, no. Not the syllogism. Oh, no. Not the basic deductive logic of Willie Mack. Oh, no.
Zionist, and he didn't know that others existed, doesn't that mean he hates all Jews?
Not a militant, and literally said he wasn't. He was not Houthi.
He didn't say he wasn't part of the Houthi. He was very vague because he's clearly been media trained,
you to
which
go
Hassan pointed out.
As far as the Ansar Allah militancy goes, like as far as the standing military goes, like I don't know if he is allowed to speak on this. I don't know if he's like actually a part of the groups at all, or just like simply a TikToker. You know what I mean? I don't know how to ask that in the best way possible, though.
Yeah, I feel like we can ask it pretty directly. His answer is he's a Yemeni who stands with Palestine.
Okay.
He says that he's not Shiite or Sunni. He's just a Yemeni Muslim.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he's very media trained, surprisingly, but okay.
It's not surprising at all because he's not some random Yemeni teenager. A viewer pointed out that Hassan marketed it as talking to a Houthi.
Didn't you brand it as him being a Houthi interview, though?
Dude, I need you
I
to
understand
drop
there's a
your
weird
freaking
Lil
bombs.
Broing Destiny streamer now. How am I Lil Broing? I'm just calling him out for his dog shit arguments. What? None of this has anything to do with Lil Broing. What do you mean?
I didn't know anything about him. Okay? And that is the reason why I asked them questions in that process. But many people did not actually watch the interview, and they simply made assertions.
Bro, you need to watch your own.
Oh, that you're Lil Broing Mac. Oh. I'm not Lil Broing Willie Mack. I'm just saying that, like, Willie Mack is a commentary YouTuber who, like, you would imagine that in the hardcore politics world, like, people like me or people like Hassan would be more politically astute and capable of making better, reasonable, like, observations and deductions in this world. So it's funny when Willie Mack is, like, making a solid argument that completely contradicts something Hassan is saying over and over again, when you would imagine that that should never probably happen in Hassan's domain, right? That's what I mean, right? Like, it would be like me making a... I'm trying to think of... I'm watching it. It would be like me making a video criticizing Turkey Tom and, like, having a bunch of, like, really prescient, like, a bunch of, like, really valid observations or criticisms for Turkey Tom, and it's like, damn, how would Destiny know? It's like he doesn't do commentary stuff like Turkey Tom, like something like that. It's not, I'm not Lil Broing. I just think it's funny that a non-political person is giving good political criticism to somebody who's supposed to be the best and most popular political live streamer. Or maybe second.
Did not actually watch the interview, and they simply made assertions.
Bro, you need to watch your own interview. I didn't know it was possible to rewrite your own history after only 2 months. This has to be a new...
Oh, no. Hassan does it after, like, 2 days, depending on what's going on. Here's where Hassan sees a video on Twitter, and he already knows who the guy is.
Well, I went to college right out of high school, and I failed miserably. I decided to go back to school with Purdue Global, and I actually already got a job. This is my comeback. Start yours at purdueglobal.edu.
Are paying people to feel bad about...
Nothing is up.
Oh my god. The audio on this is Arabic dubbed One Piece? No fucking way. Wait, is this actually him? Shut the fuck up. M-Hud, M-Hud, M-Hud. I know you follow him. M-Hud, tell me if this is real. Okay, we gotta get this dude on. M-Hud, do you think this is actually him? Be honest.
Random guy, by the way.
That's unfortunate.
I'm sure he's a little bit busy. No, he's not. Lol, you're gonna get black bag for this? Fuck no, dude. I mean, and even if I do, it's fucking worth, okay?
What can we do here? I need to bring up...
Listen, chat.
Record. George Orwell would be impressed.
You're fucking now. You're just really fucking dense. If you hate me while you talking, you don't make no fucking sense.
Hassan's community is so insane that they're even sick of him. They go after him for the smallest things.
I'm sorry, I forgot to say, you need to stop drinking Coke Zero on the street. Boycott.
Wait, is it?
You're preaching pro-Palestine and you're drinking it. Boycott, stop, please. At least pretend. Do it off stream.
Okay, I'll put it in.
She's like, please, just pretend to care, Hassan. And he's like, sure, that's my whole grip.
Is Pepsi okay? No soda. I didn't know it was like that. I'm trying to stop it.
You hosted him in his home and I watched him on stream drink Coke Zero.
Yeah,
You get to say no.
Hassan's annoyed here, but he created this. A good example of how is a guy in his community was complaining about getting bullied at school. Someone said we need a better slur against white people because cracker doesn't hit hard enough. And Miles replies, damn, so I guess me growing up in my shitty poor neighborhood / family and experiencing people f***ing with me for being white for a lot of years and getting jumped multiple times means nothing. Great. Hassan replies, anti-white racism is entirely victimhood seeking. It's like how Zion is crying that people are mad at them for defending Israel's actions. It's perceived victimhood, no different than complaining that you were slighted at a gay bar for being a heterosexual. If you're getting jumped and called slurs, that's a little bit more than just being slighted, right? Miles responds, am I just a stupid victim when I say that I don't like getting jumped for being a white 14-year-old at my high school? I got for the color of my skin almost every day.
Like, it's annoying because, like, even on my own fan base, no offense to you guys, like, you guys will be like, oh, Destiny, optics, and then meanwhile, in Hassan's Discord, you got bullied, you deserved it. Fuck you. Get banned. If you got bullied and jumped, that's your fault. And it's like, Jesus Christ. Holy fuck.
Hassan shows no sympathy. Dude got bullied in high school and thinks that reverse racism is real. Can't make this up. My man thinks racial discrimination is simply mean words that hurts my feelings and not an entire system designed to keep a whole...
Wow, biologist. Thanks for the 50 gifted subs.
Class group subjective, and the mean words are secondary to the perceived grievance. It's a fundamental misunderstanding of racism in the way that we conceptualize it. Does this dude ever accuse anyone else of being a debate pedophile when he's saying stuff like this? This poor guy's just like, yeah, I don't think we should promote using slurs, and Hassan's response is, ever hear of systemic racism? The entire Discord would dunk on this guy. You gotta love the logic of these people. This guy getting bullied for his race isn't racism. You guys have to hang out with regular
Man, I really wish there was any easier
there crying, wondering why all the normies left. His viewership falls off when he's not talking about politics, and it's gotten to Hassan, venting in Discord. I don't know, this was a space to convert normies to our politics and people who could enjoy and many of you became like weirdos who don't see that as an important part of the project because you associate...
Hassan isn't even wrong here, though. If you get bullied for being white in a black neighborhood, just move to a white neighborhood. That must be a troll comment, right? Are we W racial segregation?
And many of you became like weirdos who don't see that as an important part of the project because you associate leftism with being an annoying douchebag who hates fun. I hate how much people literally despise any kind of fun content. We killed all the normies. Everyone is brain broken and only wants politics. I hate what my community is becoming. I'm done. I hate this job. I'm not streaming today. Well deserved. You did it to yourself.
Yes. Get it? Nope.
Another thing I find funny is Hassan will make it a point to mock Destiny for doing research.
He did all that reading to scour talking points and still got owned. I find that to be fucking hilarious. That my man did hours and hours of reading on stream and still is a 1, genocide defender, and 2, did a phenomenally bad job.
Bro, if you're so knowledgeable, then talk to him. Engage with his points. He just does the classic Hassan and calls him pro-genocide. It doesn't even mean anything anymore.
Yeah, the G in DGG stands for deranged genocide gnome. They love it. They love it so much. Like, ooh. The funniest...
Do you think he writes these out prior to streaming, like, remembers them? Like, yeah.
Part about this is that if Destiny wasn't a pro-genocide streamer, they would literally not be either. That's how easily manipulated they are. That's the funniest part. I promise you, if tomorrow He just decided, yeah, this Israel has actually gone too far. I'm actually anti-Israel now. Like 95%. The rest of the community, the diehards, would absolutely turn around and start advocating for the argument in the opposite direction because they don't have a dog in the fight. They don't have a stake in the fight. They just like f***ing shit up.
Bro, you don't have a dog in this fight. He acts like he lives in Gaza and is...
Yeah, do you remember his thing where it's like, God, where's the quote from...
that was a mistake.
Where's the quote from Hassan where it's like, I lived in Turkey, so there were like bombings every single day. Does anybody have that? Hassan says, lived Turkey, bombing every day.
No, come on.
We're not the best superhero team on the planet. We're a family.
We go around saving lives while ruining them at the same time.
Your family's legacy is blood.
Everyone.
My pizza's getting cold.
Make it happen.
Give me the clip.
I know.
Fuck. It was with, I think it was with Ethan.
Repairing in mission, huh?
If I had the rules, the old subreddit rules back here, he would have been forced to win.
Fahrer, dort müssen wir hin. 1-4-4, Ziel zerstört. Neue Befehle?
Like, it would just be so easy.
Less privileged than anyone else giving their opinion in the West. You're not. Someone asked why Hassan doesn't just try to...
100% chance Hassan accuses you of feeding Willie Mac lines. Yes, I am actually. One of the reasons why I've kind of fucked up a bit lately in terms of not streaming as much, which I understand has been challenging for you guys because I haven't been able to stream as much. But one of the things that the Julumni realized is as they funnel me money, they realize that like just having you as the talking head for all of our Hasbara is not an effective means of communicating because it's obvious that you're compromised, right? I'm like Dan, obviously, you know, getting this fully paid trip to Israel where Netanyahu is putting me up in a hotel, obviously. So people are going to take my words seriously. So one of the things I've been doing is they'll pay me more based on how many hours I did off stream. So I was going to stream 8 hours per day and I take 4 hours off. They'll pay me for 4 hours. And then what I do is I talk to people like Turkey Tom, Willie Mac, XQC, Ashen Gold, and I kind of give them the talking points and the marching orders. And we've even been working on kind of like embargoed material where it's like you can't go live with this criticism until until like the 17th at 9 a.m. and then publish your shit. And that's why every time Hassan is fighting with these people, it feels like the criticism is always coming in waves. But it's because there's kind of like a coordinated backroom activity where I'm basically communicating with people, giving them the talking points. They don't know that I'm talking to all of them too, right? They just happen to go live at the same time, and then it feels more organic that way as well. But yeah, it's been a ton of work in the background, like getting all these communities together to fight Hassan and leftists and Palestinians.
Shoot somebody.
Less privileged than anyone else giving their opinion in the West. You're not. Someone asked why Hassan doesn't just try to convince people instead of demonizing them, and Hassan's brain just melts.
Shouldn't you be trying to convince these people of the right thing instead of ostracizing?
Wait, was this the Turkey clip?
Bus stops.
As a matter of fact, I have. I grew up in Turkey, but that's a different point.
Yes.
I've talked to Ofer Kasif. I talked to.
Yeah, have you lived through daily suicide bombs in cafes and bus stops?
As a matter of fact, I have. I grew up in Turkey, but that's a different point.
Okay.
Yes, I have experienced that. 100%.
Make it happen, boys.
That might be one of the most virtue signally stolen honor fucking things I've ever heard this fucking wealthy, rich fucking Nepo baby ever say in my entire fucking life. Holy shit. I don't even know if he could hear bombs outside his house through the thick walls of the mansion that this guy grew up in.
Them, and Hassan's brain just melts.
Shouldn't you be trying to convince these people of the right thing instead of ostracizing them? Man, suck my fucking dick, dumb.
Jesus. Right.
These people are fucking brain broken. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Jesus Christ.
Hassan can't engage with any of Destiny's points. He refuses to debate him on peers, so now he's reverted to Leafy-style insults. Wow, you're so old.
He's 40 years old, pushing 40.
How old is this guy again? Like 30?
Why does he? And also, yeah, the age thing. Like, why? Why are you doing this? Wait, and he does. Wait, he's like 5 months. He's not even 3 years. He's like 2 years and like 5 months younger than me. Is he still gonna be saying this when he's 33 in a few months? In a month? In a couple months, he's gonna be 33, calling me 35, almost 40. Like
35, 40? That's what happens when you're a fucking whole-ass 40-year-old.
I swear to God, this guy's a net negative to the Palestinian cause. In the past, I criticized Hassan for laughing at a cop for getting shot.
please, please, please play the, the crying clip after. Please play the crying clip after, where Hassan has to one-up Ethan for the crying. Please do it after this.
Watch out! Are you okay?
This could be the money shot.
Well, he's finally responded to it, doubling down. No remorse, no surprise. Remember, this guy's a humanitarian.
Watch out! Are you okay?
No, you shot me!
Are you?
Wait, is he replaying it on a different day?
Still good. Still good.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Yo, that still bangs, dude. Yo, that's funny as...
Hassan loves to push the narrative to his audience that all criticism made towards him is invalid because I'm a drama farmer. Link them to this timestamp. If I am able to farm you for entirely new mistakes you make month after month...
Chatter's pretending that wasn't funny. It can be a funny clip, but the thing is that like, you can tell that like, it was pretty funny. It wasn't that funny though. He has to laugh. It's funny because a cop is getting shot by another cop. That's the funny thing, right? If it was anything else, it would be tragic or horrible or sad or whatever the fuck, right? Like if I were to show a video of some suicide bomber, you know, getting blown up out of his car and then like detonating another bomb or some shit as he's in midair. I don't know if anybody knows what you're referring to. That's also funny. I don't know if Hassan would laugh at that. He'd probably say it was tragic and blah blah blah. Like it's the double standard, I think, that is the irritating part.
Whether it's misreporting a hospital bombing.
Israeli military said it did not have any details on the reported bombing. You, dude. Why are you... It's ridiculous. Like, oh, Hamas run health ministry. Well, you know how they are. You know how those dirty Arabs are. They lie.
Like what, bro? Why are all Arabs Hamas to you? He might actually genuinely think that. I don't know. Like, bro over here probably lives a more sheltered life than 99% of people, right? Living in the fucking multi-million-dollar Hollywood.
Like, oh, Hamas run health ministry. Well, you know how they are. You know how those dirty Arabs are. They lie all the time. You know what I mean? They're probably lying again.
Acting like a J-Dance expert.
That sounds like J-Dam. I do remember that.
Do you think that seems similar? You have to stop concluding? What is this? What am I looking at? What am I looking at?
What are you looking at? I have no fucking idea. What is this? It looks like a chain link fence with a glowy thing in the background. I don't know if this is fucking the Gaza Strip or if this is an extra cut from the director's edition of Terminator 2. I don't know what the fuck you're looking at. What are you talking about?
Yeah, with my own two eyes. What are you looking at? I have no evidence? Don't believe your fucking... What do you mean? Does that strike you as a fucking misfire?
Framing a kid who was complicit in a stabbing as someone who was randomly kidnapped.
13-year-old is innocent, man. Fucking ridiculous.
But if you just take 2 seconds and Google his name, you'll see that he was running around holding knives with his 15-year-old cousin. His cousin stabbed a 13-year-old Israeli boy and another 21-year-old, glorifying Houthi terrorists by saying they're just like anime pirates.
We think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
Reading tweets is factual-based news, and then when the full story comes out, he gets mad, discrediting it based on nothing. He's done this for years. In every video I made on him, there's something new. Him crying about getting farmed is a massive self-report. The fact that this many videos is even possible to make on him is embarrassing. At the end of the day, it doesn't really feel like I'm farming him at all. It feels like I'm picking necessary weeds. These criticisms have nothing to do with politics and everything to do with principle. You see, it doesn't matter if you're a libtard or repubtard, because we could all come together in knowing that Hassan is just a retard. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Subscribe to the channel, and remember to check out Aura.
He should have ended it there. On the retard. That should have been the last word of the video.
thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Subscribe to the channel, and remember to check out Aura. Shout out to the homies over on Patreon. Phoebes, Crimson Class Riveter,
Once
Christina
these
Bean,
ATs
Max
come
Monk,
up,
Robex,
hopefully.
Stefan Bildman, Abby Blackbird, The Confusing Opinion, Eddie Bizzle, Tismic Fitz, Christopher H, TV Anthology Reviews, Kinklemore, Sennial Music, Lucas Sip, ET Automatic, Faye Under, Snoopy Poop Dupe 2, and the Mega Homies, Reynolds Hughes Hellison, IGP, Your Taxi, Latchkey Gothboy, Cyber Katie, Lore Reloaded, Papa Gut, Caden Lulin, XO Irish XO, BA Subway, Hawkin Load, Zerophonic, Derek Dew, Strictly Patrick, at Kitty Cat, A Screaming Cloaker, Terox, John Manfreda, and Trick.
Why is spreading this information even relevant when Hassan is a self-admitted propagandist? Isn't that the entire point? He's not pretending to give an unbiased perspective. He is pretending to be factually correct. If somebody willingly calls themselves a propagandist without having an incredibly sophisticated definition of what propaganda is, you should always take what that person says to themselves. But when people talk about Hassan, like his fans, they don't talk about him like he's a propagandist. They talk about him like he's a truth-sayer, like he's speaking factually correct information. Diologist! Jesus, thank you for another 50 gifted subs. I'm gonna, I forgot my...
An accountant deposited money at Frost Bank by mistake, so their Frost banker drove to other bank and made the deposit for him?
Make it
Who
happen.
does that? Those are some nice people.
Unfortunate.
Today I'm going to show raring cards that killed entire formats. Or tried to, or almost did. Hello, it's me, CGB, the Mesa Falcon guy. Here with my buddy, Baron. Say hi.
When you said try, it almost sounds like the heart or the Magic designers who are intentionally trying to kill their game.
Arguable. We're gonna get into that. Oh my goodness, we're gonna get into that. I'm going to show you
miss another shot
from 2 different blocks where it honestly felt like Magic could die. Like that is how absurd it got. One of them is the Tempest Urza Saga block from 1999. And the other is from Mirrodin in 2004. These were both moments where the cards that were printed and the effects that they had seemed just too much, and people were legitimately walking away from the game because Standard got that bad. Has it ever been that bad in Hearthstone?
Okay, I'm sorry. Are you not?
Is this one of those cautionary tales that could apply to current and possibly future events? Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, they hopefully, well, at least, like, for Magic purposes, hopefully this is learned from these card designs, because I pray to God card game designers look at expansions and go, wow, that wasn't very successful. We should never do something like that again. Or at least they learned something from it. Does it happen?
Yeah. I have a theory that's cyclical. I think every time they fully power cycle the design room, the next group has to prove that, you know, they're the one. They can do it right. And then they have to fall on their face to learn the opposite.
I think it's there's definitely a time where, like, you should try something out to see how successful it would be. But if you keep doing it, and that's where the problem really starts, and then it only builds from there. And then I get angry.
Yes, we all get angry, but it's part of the fun.
Make it
People
happen.
love bait. That's
Take out their eyes.
So what you're going to be doing is I'm going to show you 3 cards. You are going to look at the 3 cards. These were legal together in the same format, and you're going to try to pick which of them was banned. It could be one of them, it could be 2 of them, or it could be all 3 of them. In no case will it be none of them. All right. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to, when I say Mirrodin, I'm also very clearly, for the audience who cares about this thing, the nerds pushing up their glasses, Mirrodin means Mirrodin block. There were 3 sets in Mirrodin, so Dark Steel, another set in that Mirrodin. So yeah, when I say Mirrodin, I'm talking about Mirrodin block. When I say Tempest Urza Saga, I'm talking about them. the 2 blocks, Tempest block and Saga block. So this is a total of like 6 sets, because each block is 3 sets. And blocks, when Sony finally rotates, rotate together. That's just some magic talk. Does that sound coherent?
To me, yeah, it's fine.
Alright, excellent. Let's get our first set of 3 cards together.
Beautiful.
Neue Befehle?
Alright, I've given you 3 cards. Which of these do you think got
That Milan was wholly unuseful.
Timon? Artifact command, tap, add 1 blue mana to an okay. What is an artifact land?
Lageinformation für uns?
Great question.
You need to go.
Artifacts are the primary theme of Mirror. This is a world, a plane where so much is mechanical instead of...
I tried.
Artifacts, there's a bunch of things that just trigger off artifacts, but it's also a land. You get 1 free land like every turn, but it also counts as an artifact. You can use it to turn it into a battlefield, but anything that says artifact or land artifact is triggered or can be used as single design.
Okay, that seems really good. Hold on. Arcbound Ravager 2.
Not interested in magic, unfortunately. I know, it's confusing. I need the tank dead. Come on. Okay. You can pick these off.
Wir haben Feindkontakt. So, aufgeklärt.
Sadly.
1-4-4, Ziel zerstört. Dreh ab auf 4-3-1. Wir haben Feindkontakt. Wir brauchen Artillerieunterstützung, verdammt! Wo bleibt die Munition, verdammt? Das gehört dazu. Feind im Vorfeld, Bereitschaft. Wir schaffen es nicht!
That's all I can do.
Sunny! Infanterie bereit! Fünfte Kompanie bereit! Bestätige Wirkung im Ziel!
My fault. I really should have been having you taken care of, I suppose.
Ah! Ich wurde getroffen! So eine Scheiße! Ich wurde getroffen!
I hurt him. I hurt him. That's all I could do.
Löwe hört. Feind im Vorfeld. Bereit machen. Может, чайку? Быстрее! Нужно нагнать своих. Hab Systemausfall! Feind im Vorfeld. Bereit machen. Feind vernichtet. Loud and clear.
That's a problem.
Counter nur kurz einordnen. Wir haben Feindkontakt. Fünfte Kompanie bereit. Einsatzbereit. Bestätige Wirkung im Ziel. Dran, drauf, drüber. Feind im Vorfeld. Bereit machen. Bin im Luftraum. Ah, es hat mich erwischt. Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
If you can get it, man.
Wir schaffen es nicht. Und noch einen Leichensack. Bestätige. Mission erhalten. Zerschlagen
Might
Ziel.
be the shot.
Bestätige
Nice.
Winchester, fliege zurück zum neuen Aufmunitionieren. Fahren Sie fort, Ground Control. 1-4-4, Ziel zerstört.
Feind gesichtet.
Feuer und Bewegung. Hier fährt bereit. Gib mir Morphium!
Buddy, I ain't got morphine for me.
Überprüft Waffen und Munition. Bin im Luftraum.
Alright, but I don't have an answer.
Wir brauchen Artillerieunterstützung, verdammt! Feind im Vorfeld. Bereit machen. Feindkontakt. Raketen scharf.
Take it out.
Erschossen. Winchester. Fahren Sie fort, Ground Control. An alle Einheiten. Feind gesichtet. Wir brauchen Artillerieunterstützung, verdammt! Ja, noch ein Treffer. Es ist aus. Feuer frei, verdammt! Loud and clear. Der ist hinüber. Wir haben Feindkontakt. Der Kommandant begrüßt Sie an Bord. Abgesessene Kampfreifen. Ihr Löwe, stehe im schweren Feuerkampf. Ende.
That's not gonna happen. I see it.
Fliege zurück zum neuen Aufmunitionieren.
Couple of more.
Warten auf neue Befehle, Kommandant. Ja, noch ein Treffer. Es ist aus. Warten auf neue Befehle, Kommandant. Motor an, Abfahrt. An dieser Koordinate absitzen. Seid im Vorfeld. Bereit machen.
You can take that out.
Stehen unter starkem Beschuss.
It's just a little too good. Beautiful.
Ziel zerstört. Feind im Vorfeld. Bereit machen. Gib mir Morphium! Gib mir Morphium! Fluggeschwindigkeit erreicht. Abschuss besteht. Stellung!
Nice pick.
Betankt und aufmunitioniert.
I'm pretty impressed at how long I've been holding
Auf
on.
Empfang. Wir haben Feindkontakt. Wir brauchen Artillerieunterstützung, verdammt! Los, zieh den
Sadly, the
Feind
auto
hinter!
just
Auf wen haben Sie es ab?
and I get the BMP though.
Feind im Vorfeld. Bereit machen. Bestätige Wirkung im Ziel.
Nice.
Sunny!
Jesus Christ.
Warten auf neue Befehle, Kommandant. Auf Empfang. Feind im Vorfeld. Bereit machen. Fluggeschwindigkeit erreicht. Gib mir Morphium! Gib mir Morphium! Abschuss besteht. Wir haben Feindkontakt. Erwarte Anweisung. Verstanden. Sind unterwegs. Ende. Höre, Ground Control. Sunny! 9-4, hört. Wir haben Feindkontakt. Bestätige. Mission erhalten. Zerschlagen Ziel. Winchester, fliege zurück zum neuen Aufmunitionieren.
Hunter, you need to be careful. Don't
Feind gesichtet.
Deckung! Nein, 4, hört. Wir haben Feindkontakt. Fünfte Kompanie bereit. Bestätige Wirkung im Ziel. Sunny! Ich bin lieber der Jäger als der Gejagte.
Feind gesichtet.
Fahren Sie fort, Ground Control. Ziel zerstört. Sunny! Feindkontakt, Raketen scharf. Bin im Luftraum. Seid im Vorfeld. Bereit machen. Ground Control. Bereit zum Angriff. Rottenführer auf Empfang.
Get out of there.
Loud and clear.
Do you want to go back to your room? Hunter. Hunter. 5, 4,
Bestätige Wirkung im Ziel.
3. Okay, no, you can go to your room. Yes. Get over here now.
Ground Control. Bereit zum Angriff.
Over here.
Take that.
Feind vernichtet. Feind im Vorfeld. Bereit machen.
Get your bag.
Es hat mich erwischt. Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Get your bag.
Winchester, fliege zurück zum neuen Aufmunitionieren.
Bag.
Munition gefasst und marschbereit.
Behind.
Wir haben Feindkontakt. Führen Sie uns, folgen Sie uns oder gehen Sie aus dem Weg. Wir brauchen Artillerieunterstützung, verdammt! Karte nur kurz einordnen.
Feind gesichtet.
No AA, no way to deal with him, really.
Auf Empfang. Verstanden, Staffelführer. Hab Systemausfall. Erschossen, Winchester. Luftraum zu heiß, ich bin raus. Abschuss besteht.
And he got out.
Ich bin lieber der Jäger als der Gejagte. Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen. Sunny! Wir schaffen es nicht! Winchester, fliege zurück zum neuen Aufmunitionieren. Nein, 4. Marke auf Einsatzsystem. Stoßtruppe.
Ja.
Los! Es hat mich erwischt! Verdammt! Es hat mich erwischt! Wen sollen wir mitnehmen? Wirkung im Ziel! Wir haben Feindkontakt.
Yeah.
Es hat mich erwischt! Verdammt! Es hat mich erwischt!
We're not made for it.
Wir schaffen es nicht! So, aufgeklärt. 1, 4, 4. Ziel zerstört. Winchester, fliege zurück zum neuen Aufmunitionieren.
Feind gesichtet.
That's a pretty good run.
Infanterie bereit. An dieser Koordinate absetzen. Hochbruch accepted. Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen.
Guess I could be resupplying you guys like a smart player.
Es hat mich erwischt, verdammt, es hat mich erwischt. Zur Schützenreihe auf.
Don't have an answer for him.
Infanterie bereit. Gefechtsstand einsatzbereit. Es hat mich erwischt, verdammt, es hat mich erwischt. Überprüft Waffen und Munition. Wir schaffen es nicht. In 3 Wochen sind wir in Leipzig.
I did the best I could.
Dran, drauf, drüber. Es hat mich erwischt, verdammt, es hat mich erwischt. Wir haben Feindkontakt. Auf Empfang. Sally! Feindkontakt, Raketen scharf. Wir brauchen Artillerieunterstützung, verdammt! Feind gesichtet. Kurs bestätigt. Loud and clear. Sally! Zerstörung feindlicher Einheit bestätigt. Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen. 1-4-4, Ziel zerstört. Fluggeschwindigkeit erreicht.
Have a nice day.
1-4-4, Ziel zerstört. Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen. Sanitäter! Bestätige Wirkung im Ziel! Feind gesichtet. 1-4-4, Ziel zerstört.
It's doing good keeping his BMPs
Warten
up.
auf neue Befehle, Kommandant.
I cannot deny it. God knows I want him. Oh, I lost. Yep. It was tough. It's a good fight, though. Good fight. Man, major defeat, huh? Didn't feel like it. What's up, Bubs? Any luck? Crush this. Somehow, it's gonna require me to keep my captains alive, though. This is nice open field.
Geben Sie uns einfach einen Befehl.
No, you have to finish your dinner.
Panzer einsatzbereit.
You still have to finish your dinner, bud. No. Yes.
Son, you better start behaving.
Fahrer, dort müssen wir hin.
There is no no.
Brauchen Sie ein paar Augen und Ohren, Kommandant?
All things, right? Well, that's not good.
Der Kommandant begrüßt Sie an Bord.
Move you a little bit closer.
An dieser Koordinate absitzen. Treibstoff, Ersatzteile, Munition. Alles, was Sie brauchen. Nachschub ist schon unterwegs.
Now, for the real things that I have to be concerned with here.
Radio-Check. Hören Sie klar und deutlich. Feuer und Bewegung. Wir können beides. Betankt und aufmunitioniert.
Backup obs, 14 points. These are interesting. I'd like to use them, but I need to know how much infantry this turret's bringing in to begin with. I know he's got more than me, but that may not matter.
Vollhauptmann, verstanden. Aufführen und fertig. Radio-Check. Hören Sie klar und deutlich. Marsch, aber achten Sie
In
auf unsere
retrospect, you know, I think actually you're good.
Gehen wir das Lagebild verdichten.
Let's put some love in those trees.
Feuer und Bewegung. Wir können beides. An dieser Koordinate absitzen.
Yeah, it's all the same. So either I'm gonna blow through him or he's gonna blow through me. But I think
Zu Ihrer Verfügung, Kommandant. Letzte Rakete ist raus. Achtung!
That's not your plate. Where's your dinner plate?
Speer zur Stelle.
Where's the plate for dinner?
Jawohl, Herr Kommandant. Hier, Alpha, kampfbereit.
That's not your dinner plate.
Ladeschütze und munitionieren im Bereitschaftsbunker.
Where is your dinner plate?
where's your food, son? You gotta finish dinner.
Go get your plate.
Why no? Why don't you want though? What?
Okay, but where is your dinner plate? Have you finished dinner? You have to finish dinner to get food. Or to get paid.
To get food.
Where's your plate?
Wen sollen wir mitnehmen?
Where was your plate?
Erster Halt, Front!
You're not getting any candy.
Can I hold it?
Einsatzbereit!
Candy must bring me your plate when you understand?
No Milans. You want candy? You can't have candy.
Wir bewegen alles!
You gotta eat your dinner. Hey, we don't hit. That's not nice. Calm down. Uh-oh. I might be in trouble if those are airplanes. Oh man, I got nothing for that, do I? But if he can't capture, I do win. And then it's just staying hidden, sniping his obs.
Did you throw away your food?
Sammeln! Befehlsausgabe! Geräuschdisziplin! Nachschub ist nicht alles, aber alles ist ohne Nachschub nichts.
No.
Son. Uh-huh. I know you want. No. You have to finish your dinner, son. I know. I know.
Neue Befehle?
Probably got artillery too, though.
Abgesessene Kampfweise. Feind im Vorfeld, bereit
That's
machen.
why we have to finish our dinner. I understand.
Neue Befehle?
But I'm saying,
Gute Arbeit, Lichtschütze!
we're not getting any candy.
Hmm.
Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen. Wir sind doch keine First-Line-Units! Guter Kommandant! Gute Arbeit, Lichtschütze! Erschossen! Keine Munition mehr! Rückwärts Marsch und zum Feind! Sammeln! Befehlsausgabe! Rückwärts Marsch!
That's unfortunate.
An alle Einheiten! Feindgesichter!
Okay.
Wir sind ganz Ohr! Geräuschdisziplin! Jawohl, Hauptmann! Ladung gefällt! KI-Laden! Bravo 1, hier Bravo! Feind gesichtet! Jawohl, Hauptmann!
Son. You need to calm down.
Was sich bewegt? Wo brauchen Sie uns, Kameraden? Erschossen! Keine Munition mehr! Marsch! Aber achten Sie auf unsere Flanke! Was sind Ihre Befehle? Jederzeit gefechtsbereit! Wo brauchen Sie uns, Kameraden? Achtung! Feind im Nahbereich! Löwe hört. Rückwärts, Marsch! Panzer einsatzbereit! Jederzeit gefechtsbereit! schießen! Sie geben auf! Wir wurden getroffen! E-Mail ist ausgefallen! An alle Einheiten! Feind gesichtet! Verstanden! Aufspüren und vernichten! Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Feind gesichtet. Volltreffer! Ziel zerstört! Scheiße, war das! Volltreffer! Ziel zerstört! Gute Arbeit, Windschützen! Rückwärts! 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 Radio-Check! Höre Sie klar und deutlich! Wir wurden getroffen! E-Mail ist ausgefallen! Jawohl, Hauptmann! Bravo 1, hier Bravo! Feind gesichtet! Luken dicht! Wir greifen ab! Hier Alpha! Kampfbereit! Wo brauchen Sie uns, Kamerad? Scheiße, war das knapp! Jawohl, Hauptmann! Fahrer, langsam rückwärts machen! Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen! Wo brauchen Sie unsere Feuerkraft? Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen. Panzer einsatzbereit. Ja, Hauptmann. Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen. Ah, es hat mich erwischt! Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt! Infanterie bereit. Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Feind gesichtet. Jawohl, Herr Kommandant. Ladeschütze und Munitionieren im Bereitschaftsbunker. Neue Befehle? Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen. Letzte Rakete ist raus. Verstanden! Aufspüren und vernichten! Kampfvisier! Feuer gänzlich eröffnet! Gute Arbeit, Windschütze! Stehen unter starkem Beschuss! Nicht schießen! Wir geben auf! Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Feind gesichtet. Sammeln! Befehlsausgabe! Zu Befehl! Keine Munition mehr! Jederzeit gefechtsbereit! Wo brauchen Sie unsere Feuerkraft? Klar zum Gefecht! KI-Laden! Gute Arbeit, Windschütze! Speer zur Stelle! Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Feind gesichtet. Ein guter Aufklärer ist einer, den man nicht sieht. An dieser Koordinate absitzen. Hier Löwe, melde Marsch. Ende. An dieser Koordinate absitzen. Feind gesichtet. Zweiter Zug einsatzbereit. Wir bewegen alles. Sollen wir irgendwo einsickern? Achtung! Feind im Nahbereich! Radio-Check! Höre Sie klar und deutlich! Geben Sie uns einfach einen Befehl! Bravo 1, hier Bravo! Feind gesichtet! Rallye, zu mir! Auf Empfang! Marsch, Marsch! Volltreffer! Dran, drauf, drüber! Panzer einsatzbereit! Ladeschütze und Munitionieren in Bereitschaft, Bruder! Ja, dort, Feind dort! Keine Munition mehr! Feind gesichtet! Gute Arbeit, Wegschütze! Wo brauchen Sie unsere Feuerkraft? Bewegung, Abstände vergrößern! Neuen Einsatzraum. Motor läuft. Gute Arbeit, Wegschütze. Hier Alpha, kampfbereit.
This is certainly not gone the way I thought it would. Definitely sucks. Let's get some troops.
Wir haben Feindkontakt. Zum Befehl! Wegschütze, übernehmen! Gute Arbeit, Wegschütze! Wir haben Feindkontakt. Gute Arbeit, Wegschütze! Rückwärts, rückwärts, rückwärts! Wir sind ganz vor. Volltreffer! Ziel zerstört!
Man tank.
Gute Arbeit, Lichtschütze. Dran, drauf, drüber.
Let's move you guys up. I can static him there.
Zu Befehl, Kommandant. Dran, drauf, drüber.
Yeah.
Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen.
That's what I thought.
Sunny! Radio check. Höre dich
So
klar
it's
und
gonna
deutlich.
be a tank battle.
Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Feind gesichtet. Alpha an alle. Punktüberprüfung, komme. Klar zum Gefecht. KI laden.
Big boy's going.
Zweiter Zug einsatzbereit. Verstanden? Führen Stellungswechsel durch. Ende. Panzer einsatzbereit. Nicht schießen! Wir geben auf! An alle Einheiten. Feind gesichtet. Dran, drauf, drüber. Gebt mir Morphium! Gebt mir Morphium! Panzer, Marsch, Marsch! Wir sind ganz Ohr. Sehen wir uns hier um.
That was a beautiful hit.
Versorgung kann eingeleitet werden. Auf geht's.
Alright. Alright. Looks like we got some more BMPs coming.
Wo brauchen Sie unsere Feuerkraft? Fahrer, langsam vorwärts machen. Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Feind gesichtet. Panzer einsatzbereit. Klar zum Gefecht. KI laden. Sunny! Zu Ihren Diensten. Feind gesichtet. Gute Arbeit, Lichtschütze. Rückwärts, rückwärts, rückwärts! Lichtschütze, übernehmen! Speer zur Stelle. Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Feind gesichtet. Gute Arbeit, Lichtschütze. Wo braucht ihr unsere Feuerkraft? Lichtschütze, unerkannt Feind, Feuer frei. Rückwärts Marsch und zum Feind. Es hat den Fahrer erwischt. Los, übernehmen. Volltreffer, Ziel zerstört. Wir sind Flugabwehr, verdammt. Wo ist unsere Sicherung? An alle Einheiten. Feind gesichtet.
Now, where were we?
Führungsfahrzeug
Not there.
Verstanden. Aufführen und vernichten.
How can you even see me? Honestly.
Motor an und dann los. Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Feind gesichtet. Scheiße, Vater! Volltreffer! Ziel zerstört! Radio-Check! Höre dich klar und deutlich! Wird ausgeführt! Ende! Am Ende kommt es immer auf den Infanteristen und sein Gewehr an. Motor läuft! Rückwärtsmarsch. Am besten gestern. Ich kann die Kugeln an mir vorbeizischnüren. Sie brauchen einen Versorgungspunkt. Volltreffer! Ziel zerstört! Achtung! Feind im Nahbereich! Auf Empfang! Im Laufschritt! Marsch, Marsch! Wir wurden getroffen! Niemals ausfallen!
Hope.
Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Radio check, höre Sie klar und deutlich. Volltreffer, Ziel zerstört. Panzer einsatzbereit.
Well, at least he's missing me.
Alpha an alle! Grundüberprüfung, kommen!
All my tanks are deployed. Means if I have to use anything else besides one, a whole lot of infantry going on here.
Im Orpheum! Alpha an alle! Grundüberprüfung, kommen! Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Feind gesichtet. Volltreffer! Ziel!
You know, I could there. Dang it, I may have lost this campaign because I just didn't retreat far enough back.
Is it about to die? You just made a target. I'll charge you tonight, okay?
Man, how am I gonna turn this one around?
Die US Air Force meldet, dass eine Staffel F-111 mit voller Kampfbeladung uns vorübergehend unterstellt wird. Grim Reapers einsatzbereit. Schmeißen wir ein paar Bomben.
Music to my ears. Turn 9. I just got nothing, man. So it'd be infantry. He just used all his jets. Oh, but is the Reaper any good? Tactical bombers, huh? They're gonna attack. I really wish I could. That's just how it's gonna be, I think. gonna hurt. If I can. Should I though? Is it worth? You know what? Defense is the goal, right? Huh? Kitty has ow ow? Oh, Dad has ow ow? Yeah. I won't. I won't actually. Yeah, no. I should have that. You're just gonna insert me there. Oh, I've goofed! Let's get you. What? Oh, a flaw. That was my A. I know, Bubs. Nothing we could do there. No.
Huh?
No, I did not.
I know you want it, but just did you finish dinner?
Nope. What I meant was, I get this playing. They made it. Thank God for small miracles. Oh my goodness, son. Okay. No, son. It's time for bad. You're doing too much. You're acting up too much. see if this worked the way it's programmed. At some point. I don't know, did it work? It must have. Yep. Nice. Let's test this. Nice. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now let's see here. We have the standard, Ruh-roh Raggy. Yeah, need those. But what to do? The lands. Probably this side. Keep it easy. Man, but I kind of want to take a break from strategy, so I think we'll save here and do this one next time. Alright. Yeah. See what else I feel like doing here. I'm gonna have to fix that, I see. This never wants to work. Okay.
I'm gonna take a shower real quick.
Alright, love. Can I? Do I just need to do it here? Okay.
I'm gonna take a shower real quick.
Alright, love. Can I? Do I just need to do it as such? Here? Okay. Alright, love. Can I? But why aren't you here? Oh, yeah, my stream's chat. Thanks. Alright, love. Can I? But why aren't you? Okay, I don't need to hear the loop forever. That's unfortunate. I don't know how to fix this. Filters. Could I? I doubt it'll work. Oh god, it worked. So then if I hit close, the only thing... Okay. Then how about 1080, that's all correct. But I don't need that. I'll have to mess with that more later, I guess. Still has it in there, so I guess I'll just take my L for now. Very unfortunate. I was hoping I bet I can. I'll figure it out. Have it done by the next stream. What do I want to play? What do I want to do? Streaming. When most of your games are just RTS. What to do? I like the idea of that. No one would probably ever want to play Dwarf Fortress, but I don't really care. Ugh. Let's see here. I guess for now, I'm just gonna have to end the stream for now, and I will get back to you all later.